evening, everyone, and welcome to IndyStar Friday Night Live presented by Bath Experts, the only show that brings you the week's biggest Indiana high school football games wherever you are. So you catch every jaw-dropping play, every thrilling finish, and all of the gridiron stars of tomorrow today. Coming to you live from the IndyStar newsroom, I'm your host, Justin Mack, and joining me today is a very special guest, somebody who knows his stuff because he does a little bit of everything for one of our big partners, the MIC Network. Joining me is on-air talent Josh Ayan. I know you know the name and you'll probably recognize the voice because, again, MIC Network, one of the big partners who's helped make Friday Night Live possible all season long, and so happy to have you filling in for my usual better half, Matt Glenneck. Shouts out to him. But I don't really miss him right now. How you doing, Josh?
Hey, I am doing fantastic. It is an honor and a privilege to be here, my good sir.
Right on. So, as you know, if you've been sticking with us all season long and using the hashtag IndyStarFNL, we've got a big slate of games tonight, 10 coming with more sectionals action. So let's take it to the big board and show you what we're going to bring you tonight on IndyStar Friday Night Live. All right, starting things off as a big game, we've got Avon and Brownsburg, courtesy of our friends at the IHSAA Champions Network, as always. I heard you're looking forward to that one, are you?
This is the matchup I've had circled on my calendar for the last 2 weeks, Justin. I mean, you've got two solid teams with Avon. You know, they have dominated Brownsburg in the postseason with 5 straight wins over the last several years. I mean, Brownsburg's last win over Avon in the postseason was back in 2009. So a lot on the line tonight.
Oh, nothing, just a decade of pressure, no biggie. Moving right along, we've got Heritage Christian at Eastern Hancock coming to us from the Indiana SRN. We also have New Albany at Jeffersonville, courtesy of the Southern Indiana Sports Productions, and Fishers at Westfield coming to us from our friends at Hamilton County TV. That's another one I heard you've been keeping an eye on that one, of course. Fishers, Westfield, lots of big local Hamilton County love for that one. What can you tell us about that matchup?
Yeah, really solid matchup between two teams competing in Sectional 4. I mean, you got Fishers. They beat Westfield back in Week 8, 19-14. I'm expecting a lot closer of a matchup, really low scoring, just because of the familiarity with one another and just how short these two teams have played one another.
Absolutely, and that Fishers defense, again, I've had a lot of fun watching them when they've stepped up, so another one to keep this thing tight, keep it close, keep it a nice, hard football game for the sectionals here. Moving right along, more local action. Pike at Zionsville, courtesy of WHMB TV 40. Shouts out to them who've been helping us out all season long. And moving on, we've got another game from Indiana SRN. This is West Lafayette at Guerin Catholic. This is one that I've been looking forward to because West Lafayette quarterback is absolutely insane, off the charts, and we saw a lot of that action. We brought you West Lafayette's matchup last week on Friday Night Live where the quarterback just went off. What can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, that quarterback, Kyle Adams, I'm thrilled to be seeing him tonight. He's thrown for 51 touchdown passes, Justin. You don't see that in the NFL, let alone in high school football.
Those are video game stats. And a little bias. I'm a Purdue guy, so seeing West Lafayette representing tonight, I'll give a little boiler up, even though they're not really part of that family, but extended family. Moving right along, we've got Homestead at Noblesville, courtesy of the Summit City Sports Network. Shouts out to them. That game is one of our 7:30 matchups. And some of our statewide action, something we were able to bring you on Friday Night Live. Thanks to our friends at Summit City Sports, we've got Fort Wayne matchup, Carroll taking on Snyder at 7 p.m. So thank you to Summit City Sports for helping us make IndyStar Friday Night Live statewide. More Lafayette action. We got Lafayette Jeff taking on Maryville. That is courtesy of WJOB Network, and a huge game starting a little bit later on in the evening, but one that has a lot of eyes, a lot of interest, and a big matchup between two extremely strong teams. And finishing up, last but not least, we've got Linton Stockton taking on Evansville Mater Dei. That is courtesy of the Greene County Sports Network. So 10 big games here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. And a little birdie told me that we've got even more games on deck if we do need them, because as always, we bring you as much football action as possible, and we bring it to you pretty much anywhere you have a screen. As Matt Glenneck would say, we can be seen. So IndyStar.com, we are available there, of course. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram Live, we are everywhere. We're also hanging out with our friends on IHSAE TV online, so we have that as well. So anywhere you have a smartphone, laptop, if you've got a Palm Pilot or something that still charges up, we can show up and bring you all this action right to your doorstep. So, and again, joining us for the first time is Josh Ayan, part of the MIC Network on-air talent. Anything else that you've been looking forward to this week that we haven't had a chance to get to yet? Maybe set the table for folks on a big matchup or a key player they should keep an eye on this week.
Yeah, pay attention to Sectional 7. I mean, you got two really solid matchups going on there between an all-MIC sectional. I mean, you got Lawrence North taking on Lawrence Central, a battle of Lawrence Township once again. Lawrence North looking to get some payback from a 41-31 defeat over at Lucas Oil Stadium. Meanwhile, you got Warren Central and North Central. That is another absolutely fantastic matchup I've got right there. And I've got North Central pulling off an upset right there. I mean, with Warren Central, they're the reigning 6A champions, but hey, I love upsets. North Central, they got a little, they're looking for some payback. I mean, after last year's thrilling regional game, so look for North Central to come out of that one. I'm going with them tonight.
Right on. So more of that insight coming from Josh. Like he said, he does a little bit of everything. Color, sideline, play-by-play. He does it all. So glad he was able to lend a little bit to us tonight here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. So let's jump in to what really makes this show special. Not me, as much as I do enjoy myself. It's football action. This is Heritage Christian taking on Eastern Hancock. Still nothing. Game just getting started. 11:23 on the clock. This is one of the two matchups brought to us by our friends over at Indiana SRN. So let's take it away with the call as this big play unfolds right here on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
And then some. Going to be 3rd down and short here for the Royals.
I tell you what, Swan, good job that time by Swan, is just to bait those linemen to come get them, and then they just set up their little screen, gain a good 11 yards, 12 yards, 2nd down, and about 2.
Jacob Johnson on the reception there. No huddle offense. Swan gives it right to his running back, Fox, and he goes nowhere. In fact, probably loses a few yardage on that play. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And this is the first test here. Do you go for it for 4th and 1? This is a momentum changer, the first series of play.
It's going to show 4th down and less than a yard, and it looks like Coach Armstrong is opting to go for it.
Watch for the hard count here.
Now we're going to have a false start penalty coming up here on Eastern Hancock, as it looked like Swan was getting a little premature.
All right, going to take a break in this action to give you another live look in this one, the local action. Pike taking on Zionsville, courtesy of WHB TV 40. Big thank you to them. This one all tied up, and let's take it away with the call, get you some more action here to kick things off on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
And all-star deals. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Howard Kelman, Todd Mello, executive producers, Spider statistician Tim Borf, director Dave West, Sean Humphrey here, the entire TV 40 crew.
Here's a look at, yeah, go ahead.
So look at that Zionsville sideline.
Yeah, Coach Turnquist, his first year here at Zionsville.
Succeeding Pat Echeverria.
Yeah, it's interesting. He's played his former team twice this year, and there's those red and black and white
All right,
short.
the action doesn't stop. Let's give you another first look to kick things off. This one, that big matchup between Avon and Brownsburg. And as you can see, things are kicking off, and we are already nearing closer and closer to the red zone. Very surprised to see that, I got to be honest. Brownsburg apparently had a big return to bring this past midfield. And again, I know this is one you've been keeping an eye on. Who's your pick?
Well, I mean, it's a toss-up. I mean, until Brownsburg can prove they can beat Avon in the postseason, I'm going to go with Avon in this one. But Brownsburg here is showing some strong running early on. And you got Ben Easters at quarterback and Donnie Marcus right there. Oof. Nice job shedding a tackle right there, too.
Making it happen. Like you said, 2009 since they last beat them in the postseason, correct?
Correct. And you got some extracurricular activity there, too.
Oh, that's a flag that Brownsburg doesn't want to see and might keep that 10-year drought going. So let's jump back into some action. And actually, we're going to take another quick look and see if we can take a look and see where the flag happened. And not from that angle. Let's see. It was a late hit. I'm not sure what the penalty was.
Well, they're pointing towards Avon.
Yeah. That actually might have been official. That's a Brownsburg bounce.
That sure is.
So, again, they are coming out the gates hot, looking to shed that specter that's loomed over them for the past decade as far as postseason matchups with Avon, and they are starting out strong. By the way, a reminder to anyone who is watching, if you are in the stands, at home on your couch, in your Snuggie, staying out of this winter weather that has finally joined us here in Central Indiana, share everything you're thinking, good and bad, using the hashtag IndyStarFNL. That's IndyStarFNL. We've been trending pretty much all season long. Let's keep that going, just like Brownsburg is keeping their offensive drive going here with another run that gets them real close to the 5.
It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Well, the Avon defense is getting asked to make a huge stop here early. If any way, shape, or form defensively they can get a stop here and perhaps at a minimum just allow 3. That would still be a huge victory.
Donnie Marcus is the leading rusher, 684 yards rushing on 45 carries this year. We'll see how he lines up in the tail backing spot. Move the H back to the left side. Here's the handoff over left tackle and working forward and being knocked down apparently just shy of the goal line, down to around the 1, a gain of 4, third down.
Well, I'll tell you, Marcus not real big. The runner, 6 foot 190. But I'll tell you what, he carried a couple defenders with him, at least a couple yards.
So it'll be third down and goal from the 1-yard line. Again, Donovan Marcus, number 20, is the leading rusher for this Brownsburg ball club. He will get the football and be stood up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 or 3 guys managed to get a hand on him that time. But again, number 31, George Gordon, he's the guy that led the attack. Fourth down.
Yes, sir. You're exactly right, Big. George Gordon, the senior, was the first to make contact. I told you this Avon defense is good. Perhaps as big a play as we may see all game early.
Under quarterback, Ben Easters. Easters will hand off to the H-back, going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage. And a terrific defensive play turned in by Ross England, who leads the ball club in sacks.
I told you, this Avon defense, when they need to rise to the occasion, they've did it so many times. Look at Ross England right here, the senior, make an outstanding one-on-one play. And boy, that's a statement stand for Avon defense.
Well, Ross England has shown his ability to get to the quarterback.
So a big stop and a disappointing into this Brownsburg drive. Oh boy, going for it on fourth, I like it, but it didn't end well. So let's jump in and give you another first look of the night. West Lafayette at Guerin Catholic. This one's still nothing. Starting off here in the first, 6:18 on the clock. And again, a matchup I've been looking forward to. Love watching West Lafayette's offense get rolling. Like you said, quarterback comes in with 51 touchdowns as action begins here tonight. So I wouldn't be surprised if he adds a few more to his tally.
Well, you see right here, Guerin, they're on the plus side of territory right now. I mean, the key for them tonight is going to be able to win the time of possession battle. They got a really good running back with Gus Baumgartner, over 1,300 rushing yards. So if they can control that time of possession and let Baumgartner really get going early on, I think Guerin can pull off a surprise upset here.
There you go. Control that pace. Not going to do it with that one. So let's take it away with the call and see if Guerin can make some points out of this drive.
Outside of the pocket.
Great pressure by DeAndre Douglas. He was big number 74 in there with the long red sleeves. And that's something you're going to have to look out for, even with the penalty marker. What's still true is he got through that line. Yeah. And whether there's the violation against West Lafayette or not, that's something you have to really be keen after. And it is against West Lafayette, but you can't let that pressure keep going against Gelov all night long.
You mentioned DeAndre Douglas, 6'5", 347 pounds, and he's only a junior. And he's going to get better and better, especially with more playoff experience this West Lafayette team is bound to be exposed to.
15-yard line, first and 10.
So look to be a roughing the passer on West Lafayette, so give them an extra 15 yards on that incomplete pass. So now the ball is marked at the 15-yard line. And as you mentioned, that clock continues to move under 6 minutes here in the first. Another shotgun play for Gelov. He is going to hand off to Baumgartner off the left side, being patient with the blocks, can't find anything going. Looking to go on the right tackle there behind Spencer Schneider and Ben Fearson. Couldn't find any running room there on first down.
And Mo Omanade was there, number 50. He's one of the big tacklers for him as well. There's 3 players with double-digit tackles for loss. He's one, and you can see why. He was able to wrap up Baumgartner and get him to the ground.
So it'll bring up a 2nd and 9 after a gain of about 1. Looks like Gelov wants 4 receivers out on for this play. 2 receivers, again, top of your screen. 1 all the way down to the bottom of your screen. That's Elijah Edwards. And he's going to look to throw the ball again on a play action. Pressure again. This time rolls to his right. Looks down the field, has a receiver, but he can't find him.
All right, we're going to do some rapid switching between these two matchups. Zionsville and Pike is also in the red zone. Now they're out the red zone. They're in the end zone. Touchdown. And that is how things kick off here. First touchdown of many to come to you here on IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Expert Zionsville. Running it in there, taking that 6-0 lead. So, again, we're going to keep an eye on these two matchups, see if they can tack on with the extra point, and also keep an eye on Guerin Catholic, West Lafayette as that matchup also hangs out in the red zone. But a big run to kick things off with an early touchdown for Zionsville in this matchup. And now we are going to see if Guerin can repeat that fate. Let's see if they can mirror Zionsville's efforts on this one.
To his right. Now steps up in the pocket, looks to throw in the end zone. Doesn't throw it. He's now going to run. Looks for direction, has a man in the end zone. Incomplete.
off the hands of Bernie
Yellow
McGinnis in
pass
the end zone.
intended for McGinnis
He got some
is
pause on there,
incomplete.
couldn't bring it in. It's going to be a 4th down and 9.
Defending
Ball is
the
on the
play.
14-yard
Brings
line,
up
and
a 4th
we'll
down.
see if they want to bring the kicker out here and get the points, or if they want to go for it once again.
And they are bringing Etch out, and his longest of the year is a 35, and this is kind of right at that territory. And you look at it, if the ball's on the 15, you get used to seeing NFL players, or even college ones. It's like, oh, well, that's easy. That's a long kick, especially in high school. So we'll see what Luke Etchison's able to do here with his right leg.
Looking for the first points of the game for Guerin Catholic as the snap is down, the kick is up, and it looks to be and is good.
And the 31
So Guerin strikes first. They take about.
All right, so the field goal is good on this one. So Guerin kicking things off with a 3-0 lead over West Lafayette. Let's jump back into Avon Brownsburg because Brownsburg has the ball again, and they are already across midfield. They didn't quite make it happen going for 4th last time out when they were pretty much a breath away from the end zone. But they are keeping their foot on the gas and already marching again on Avon. I'm very surprised to see this, but I really enjoy seeing a team that's got, like you said, that 10-year monkey on their back come out the gate extremely hot in this matchup.
Backfield, and it'll be 3rd down. The front 3 for Avon. Ross England, a 6'2", 210-pound senior. Denny Norasea at 6'2", 255, and a sophomore at the nose guard spot. And Nathaniel James at the defensive end, 6-footer, 250, and a senior.
Well, Nathaniel James just makes that tackle, and in my opinion only, he's absolutely one of the best defensive tackles in the state. He makes that tackle right there.
See the clock running down to 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Back to throw it. Got a receiver, and it's incomplete. Trying to go on the far side this time. And it'll be 4th down. And about 4 yards to go for the first down. So the punting team will come on now for the Bulldogs. They will bring their punter, Clay Chase, out. 26 punts, 922 yards.
All right, as Brownsburg prepares to punt, let's give you another first look. This is our statewide action, Fort Wayne action. Carroll taking on Snyder. Snyder with the lead and possession once again here in the first quarter. Thanks to Summit City Sports for helping us bring you this one. Let's take it away with the call and see what happens next.
The All-SAC team. Defensive lead for Carroll. Larry Seibel at defensive tackle. Hunter Mertz at linebacker. Ray Vollmer at defensive back. All Summit Athletic Conference members. So right now we got 6 all-conference players on the field, 3 on each side. 2nd down and 8. And Barnes throws, and it is incomplete. Boy, that was a pretty dangerous pass there as Derek was in a lot of traffic.
All right, going to take a break in this action to bring you a big highlight in another matchup here on Friday Night Live. This Fisher's Westfield matchup. Westfield with possession, and as you can see, they're getting things going all tied up, but some explosive action coming next. Let's take a look here. And what can you tell us again about these matchups between these two teams and who's going to make this big play happen? Oh my goodness. Staying on his feet as the defenders collide, and he's just going to run that all in uncontested after the big collision. So love the concentration. Boy, Westfield coming out hot against Fishers. And like you said, a big inverse of kind of how things played out last time these two teams faced off.
Yeah, that was a huge touchdown by Westfield. I mean, Fishers has had Westfield's number as, when they were reinstated in 2006, excuse me. They're 13-2 all time against the Shamrocks. Ooh. So that's, a lot on the line for both schools. And, for Westfield to get off to a big lead like that is huge from a momentum standpoint.
Right on. So far, action starting out hot on IndyStar Friday Night Live. Let's take a quick break with a word from our sponsors, Bath Experts. All right, big thank you to Bath Experts who have been helping us out all season long, but let's jump right back into some action happening now. West Lafayette, Guerin Catholic. Guerin is in the red zone, and as you can see, we've got a score update here on Friday Night Live.
Yeah, looks like West Lafayette, they just took the lead right back.
Doesn't take long when they've got that kind of offense. So 6-3 in favor of West Lafayette. And you can see this quarterback in action. He doesn't just do it in the air with his 51 touchdowns. He can do it on the ground with his feet. If you can find a way to get in the end zone, he's going to figure it out.
He's just untouchable, man.
Oh, man. All right, let's take it away with the call and find you some more action to enjoy here on Friday Night Live. We're going to do a rapid switch back into this Avon Brownsburg matchup. Brownsburg had a second opportunity with some good field position. Didn't quite make it work. Had to unfortunately punt it in a really, really tough spot as far as where you're on the field. And Avon near midfield going to kick this thing off again. And let's take it away with the call, see what happens next.
And a 4th down.
I'll tell you, both these quarterbacks have such impressive arms. They can absolutely throw these balls on a dime. Pretty good coverage again by that Brownsburg secondary. And so Avon not going to be able to do much here.
Avon's quarterback, Henry Hessen, is a junior, 6'2", 195 pounds. Their leading rusher is Jalen Love, number 20. Krishawn McQuaid will back him up. Second possession, second punt. And it is taken at the 22-yard line. And there's an open field if they can get the corner turn across the 45 and knocked out of bounds at the 48-yard line. In fact, they're going to mark him down at about midfield.
I'll tell you right now, a highlight for this game is special teams from punting to returns. Brownsburg doing an outstanding job. Take a look here at the replay. Another beautiful punt. But look at the blocking. It's all the small things that championship ball clubs will do. Look at all the blocking downfield for Brownsburg.
All right, big return on the punt for Brownsburg there. So let's jump back into this Fishers-Westfield matchup. We just brought you the big touchdown pass that put Westfield up 7-0 over Fishers early in this one. So we'll see if Fishers can answer back with a touchdown of their own.
The 30 and makes it easier for
It's like we've been doing this for a while.
Yeah. and same thing with John Judd, former Carmel coordinator. He's Rick Wimmer's offensive coordinator. Same thing that he knows he can do. It's just a matter of how, obviously, the offense executes that for the Tigers. And, obviously, it's working just like he's choreographed it out. 3rd and 2, 2:29 left, first quarter. Oh, and he stopped. He might have gotten to the 31, but 1 yard gain for Scally. He is stiffed. I believe that was number 90, Owen McGraw. Owen Ogle, came through the line. And
offense is going to stay out there. No, there they go.
I think he thought about it for a minute, but decided might as well punt the ball.
You know, in a game like this, you're not going to get but a handful of possessions. And so it's do you give it back if everybody's going to get a handful of possessions? Do you give it back on the 30 or do you give it back on the 45? And I think that's where you make it.
All right, at the punt here in this one, so let's jump into some more statewide action. Carroll Snyder, that Fort Wayne matchup happening now. And I also want to keep you guys in mind that in addition to these 10 big games we brought to you, we've got access to now 17 games from around the state, all playoff action. So stick with us. We might have some bonus action that you might not even know is coming here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. So don't change away. Keep your phone handy. Even if you're at an important dinner or something, just hide it under the table so you don't miss any of this football action. Let's take it away with the call.
41-yard line. First down for the Chargers. And the play is whistled down, and we're going to get another offside here on Snyder. So the penalties are piling up for Snyder. And these are the mistakes you can't make.
Oh, quick switch. Looks like we've got a red zone alert here in this Pike-Zionsville matchup. Zionsville already up 9-0 over Pike, coming out hot, and looks like they're looking to do more damage. So let's take it away.
Trying to make this stop. And the Eagles with the 1st and goal to go from the 7.
Price is just chewing them up, and that's, 8 carries, 99 yards already, and we're not even done with the second quarter here. Zionsville's offensive line is just manhandling the front 4 of Pike.
Price cuts back, and not this time.
Well, that was good penetration.
He might have gotten a yard, but they basically stopped him there. First man to get him was Isaiah Curtis. And that was some good defense by Pike there. Good pursuit.
All right, going to take a break in this action to show you why Brownsburg is so excited. Big pass play over the middle, and boom, on the board first against Avon. That is huge. So we're going to jump back into Zionsville and Pike to see if Zionsville can follow up with a touchdown of their own. And there you have it, back-to-back touchdowns here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. And Josh, I promised you an exciting night on a Friday. I wouldn't lie to you. What do you think so far of everything we're seeing?
So much action going back and forth. You got Colin Price right there, already 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's having himself a night.
This is, again, impressive start for Zionsville. And, again, an impressive start for Brownsburg on the other end. Again, this is their first touchdown of the night, but it's not their first time in Avon territory. They've been threatening all night long. They've just been beating at that defense and finally broke through. So Avon really needs to kind of, rally back, which is weird to say that Avon needs to rally back even though they're only down by 1 score, but it's impressive.
Well, Justin, if you consider the Week 4 matchup between Brownsburg and Avon, Brownsburg, they're already doing leaps and bounds better. Only scored 3 points against Avon in Week 4, so
you've doubled your output.
Doubled your output, and then some.
That is the kind of progress you want on a spreadsheet. So let's jump back over to Heritage Christian in their matchup against Eastern Hancock. One of the few games still 0-0 here on Friday Night Live after all the scoring we've been able to bring you so far. Again, Indiana SRN with the call. Let's take it away.
And now they're in some decent field position.
What is that, the second hold now that they've made up?
Ball now inside the 25-yard line. First down. Here's Peyton Brown trying to dart it right up the middle and powers forward for a gain of about 5, maybe 6 yards on the play.
It's very interesting. He moved to big old Eddie Liverch to number 78. He just moved him out of the way to get some yardage.
Peyton Brown having a decent night so far this evening. Coming into the contest, he had over 430 rushing yards. He's definitely a good alternative to Colton Brown, who's had a decent year as well. High snap, again, a call to his running back, and going nowhere on that play, right up to the line of scrimmage. Again, Peyton Brown on the call.
Now, if I'm Kyle Ray right now, I'm running out the clock for the whole entire first quarter. I have a whole minute in between quarters. I have a long way to talk. It's 3rd down and 7, and I think that's what they're going to do. That's brilliant.
All right, this one is winding down at the end of the first, so let's give you some more action. This one is a look here at this matchup going on right now between New Albany and Jeffersonville, courtesy of our friends at Southern Indiana Sports. Shouts out to them, some Southern Indiana football love. So let's get things started here, take it away with the call, and see who can get on the board first.
41-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 42. Nice pickup that time by the Jeffersonville Red Devils. Watch it here. It's a pickup in there of 17 yards on the pass play. At Ethan Rogers, who was our star of the game back in September for his defensive work against the New Albany Bulldogs, makes a great offensive play. But, Isaac, that Coach Parker told me that, you would see, as Coach Isaac Parker told me, you would see a lot of different positions played by a lot of Red Devils tonight. So be ready. And, boy, he has. A lot of these people that we see on defense, we're seeing on offense. Split out now to the far side.
All right, let's take a break in this action to show you some developing action here in this Carroll-Snyder matchup. After a big run play, Snyder is threatening to score once again. This one all tied up 7-7, as you can see. So let's see if Snyder can break this one open a little bit more.
We saw Trotter when we did a game earlier this year when Snyder played against Wayne. He did the same thing to the Generals in the second quarter of that game. And Trotter again carries the ball this time for 3 yards to the 23-yard line. We got 4:15 to go in the first quarter. Clock moving, game tied 7-7. Snyder had the early momentum. They scored their opening possession. But following an exchange of turnovers, Carroll hit a big play to tie things up, a 36-yard touchdown pass, Becker to Mitchell. 2nd down and 7 now for Snyder. The ball is at the Carroll 23-yard line. And it's Trotter again. Trotter is across the 20 down to the 18-yard line, short of the first down by a couple of yards.
Flags on the play.
And on flag is down.
Tackle made by number 4, Caden Dinan.
Cade Dinan, 5'8", 150 junior, into the tackle. And we got a personal foul call here against Carroll, and that will give Snyder a first down. It's been a little bit chippy here in this opening quarter. 3:43 to go, first quarter. Officials trying to get the players settled down here now and end the after the play nonsense.
All right, let's jump back into that West Lafayette-Guerin Catholic matchup. West Lafayette on top 7-3 after their last touchdown. Quarterback running it himself, so Guerin with the ball and driving once again.
Gets close to that 35-yard line, and that's where he's going to be stopped by this West Lafayette defensive line.
It's not much, but you need to be able to keep doing those because that's Guerin's way. They're going to be able to wear down West Lafayette's defense, and we saw West Lafayette, what they do is they just go quickly. They're just going to tire you out by running you. And then for Guerin, it's going to have to get those body blows, and that's going to set up opportunities, as we saw the last time with the play action pass to McGinnis, is just keep your eye on McGinnis coming down the bottom of the screen, number 2, and we'll see what he's able to do if that play action is as effective as it's looking.
Man in motion from right to left. As Kellogg will take a 5-step drop, looks to throw left. Now it's going to throw left, complete to McGinnis. McGinnis makes a guy fall, but then fumbles the football and recovered by West Lafayette. And he is going to be tackled out of bounds. That fumble recovery by Yanni Karloftis. And after a good completion, West Lafayette gets the turnover on downs.
All right, we're going to take a break. That is a heartbreaker there if you were a Guerin Catholic seeing that strip. Back into Carroll versus Snyder as Snyder pushes forward. I see some laundry on the field. A lot of confusion, but I'm still reacting to seeing that strip in the West Lafayette Guerin Catholic game after what looked like it could have been a touchdown run after the catch. Shouts out to the folks at Guerin Catholic. I know you're feeling that one. So anyway, let's jump back into this one. Snyder and Carroll. As you can see, Snyder is very, very close, but a couple of flags back-to-back here have stalled their progress a little bit when I know they were looking for this touchdown to break this one open. And also keeping an eye on this New Albany-Jeffersonville matchup. This touchdown didn't get stalled by any flags or anything else. That's a big run for Jeffersonville. All right, and still keeping an eye on Snyder. Snyder is, all these other teams are scoring. Snyder's just taking their sweet time about it. No pressure, no rush. It's just the playoffs, no biggie. So quarterback drops back, rolling out to the right, and does not find his receiver. Incomplete pass there. Real close. And let's see, checking for flags. I have to check for flags now on every Snyder play, it feels like.
Yards and a touchdown. By the way, that touchdown pass he threw earlier was his 11th TD pass of the season. Barnes entering this game 76 completions out of 139 attempts. He's thrown for 1,054 yards this season. Here's a pass intended for Derrick, incomplete, some contact, but no flag, and it's third down.
That pass is incomplete. Intended receiver number 12, Derrick.
Last year, Barnes passed for 1,372 yards. Ball is just inside the 15. Third and goal. Right now, you're looking at a 32-yard field goal for Ryder if they can't advance the ball any further. Third and goal for Snyder. And it's a running play for Trotter, and he's going to be brought down at the 12. So the Carroll defense bends, but they don't break. And the Panthers send down the field goal team as we move under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Trent Ryder will try a field goal of 29 yards. Swanson will be holding. An angle to the left for Ryder. Trent Ryder, 5'9", 150 junior.
All right, as you can see, this Snyder drive looks like it's going to boil down to just a field goal, so they have to settle for 3 if they can get this one through the uprights. Kick is up. and that is going to work to put them back on top. So 10-7 in this one. Let's jump back and give you a first look at some action here between Homestead and Noblesville. Just getting started. This is one of our 7:30 matchups that we're bringing you here on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
Pound senior. So you saw how spirited he was after that reception with the first down signal. Nobody giving Noblesville quite a shot in this game, and they're wanting to prove a lot of people in the state of Indiana wrong. It brings up 1st and 10 from the 47. Homestead showing blitz. Nicely picked up and right through the hole. A saving tackle there by Jake Archibald, number 3. And a beautiful run by the Millers. Looks like that's going to be a gain of about 9 yards.
And we got some other score updates. The MIC Network, man, myself, I got some updates from around the MIC. Lawrence North and Lawrence Central, Battle of Lawrence Township. Lawrence Central leading 7-0 early thanks to a touchdown pass from Jason Graves to Ollie Allen. Meanwhile, over at North Central, you got Warren Central leading early 7-0, but again, still early on, could be very close in that one. And then finally, over on the west side, you got Ben Davis and Perry Meridian. Ben Davis taking it to the Falcons 22-0.
Oh my gosh. It's too early for 22 points. All right. Thank you for the score updates. Let's jump back into this action here because we are getting close to the red zone in this matchup between Homestead and Noblesville.
Today with 133 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. So, Josie, right now, a lot of momentum going with Noblesville.
Yeah, I mean, they're pushing the ball up the field. I haven't watched a lot of their games, but I feel like this is probably the most energetic and ready to win and get the W in the sectional.
Absolutely. So it's 1st and 10 now from the 28. Savick once again out of the shotgun. He's been doing it all game. And the lob pass, wide receiver out of bounds is number 9, Carson Sanders. So Sanders, a big body, he's a senior at 6'3", 202. Sanders entering today just 5 yards receiving. Excuse me, that's 5 yards rushing. 150 yards receiving for Sanders. Once again, this is a Noblesville team that plays a tough schedule. This brings up 2nd and 10 from the 28. Sanders in motion, and he'll take the handoff. Nice play. Walling that off was number 31.
All right, let's jump back into the action between Zionsville and Pike happening right now. As you can see, Zionsville on top 16-0 and driving again.
Ooh, I did not expect this kind of outcome. I mean, with Pike, their calling card this season has been on defense, but so far no defense to show for it. Another beautiful touchdown run right there, a long run by Zionsville. My goodness, this is quite disappointing to see for the Red Devils.
All right, we're going to do some rapid switching too, so you don't miss anything between this matchup and another that, like I can see, this Fishers Westfield also hanging out here in the red zone, so we can have some possible back-to-back scores like we like to bring you here in IndyStar Friday Night Live. And like you said, that Pike matchup has been very surprising. Going back to it here, seeing if Zionsville can once again find another hole to get some more points on the board. So again, keep locked with us. We're going to stick with these two games that are both in the red zone, Westfield and Zionsville, both threatening to score here on IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts. And looks like Westfield's going to stop and think about it a little bit. Let's see what happens next on this one. I got a flag on the play here. All right, that's going to stall some momentum possibly, but what we're seeing here is a handful of matchups, and it, Josh, kind of reminds me of what happened last weekend. Some teams getting out to some big leads early on and putting other teams in holes they just can't climb out of, especially with so much on the line, it being postseason. A lot of teams have taken it to another level, and some of these games have gotten out of hand.
It was Zionsville, too. Like, they've done a good job this season. Well, almost closing out a couple of games. I mean, they kept it very competitive against Avon and Fishers, but just couldn't quite close the deal. You see right there, it looks like Westfield is just inches close to taking a 2-score lead against Fishers, and they're going quick.
Real quick. Didn't give them time to think about it.
Easy
Touchdown,
lane.
Westfield. Walks it right in. So they're going to go up big, 2 scores on Fishers. Again, a result that is surprising for many in this hot matchup. Some action here for some Hamilton County football fans. Take a look at the replay here. Oh, and another update here. Just getting word of a touchdown in that matchup between Avon and Brownsburg. And we have the action here for you here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. Let's take a look. Sweep to the left, and oh man, just found the lane between his blockers. Took a big hit at the end, but holds on to it long enough for the most important thing, 6 more points on the board. Big touchdown for Avon there. So they are looking to hopefully tie that one up with the extra point. Back to Carroll and Snyder. More statewide action. The action doesn't stop on here on Friday, IndyStar Friday Night Live. I can't even say the name of the show because there's so much football happening.
Calls his own number, goes around left end, picks up about 4 more yards. Now has 24 yards on 4 carries. 52 seconds to go first quarter, and Carroll is marching. Second down and 6 for the Chargers. Second down and 7, rather. Second and 7 for the Chargers at the Snyder 30-yard line. Line the gains to 23. 2 receivers on this side, 1 to the right. Becker has time. He throws. He wants it all. Some contact. It's incomplete at the goal line. And is there a flag?
Flag on the play.
There is a flag down. There it is at the 1-yard line. And this Becker to Mitchell combination continues to be deadly. And if this is a pass interference on Snyder, this will put the ball inside of the Panthers' red zone at the 14-yard line, and that'll be the 7th penalty on Snyder for 70 yards. First down, Carroll.
Penalty, interference
They're
against the
8th. Boy, Snyder came out and controlled the first 5 minutes of this game. Looked like it was going to be a big night for Snyder, but Carroll has overcome that adversity, and now they're in control. They're trailing 10-7, but they have momentum. Here's Becker's pass, and it's incomplete. Oh, my goodness.
That pass is incomplete. Intended receiver number 2.
A tremendous attempt there by Bolden. Or check that was Englert who tried to make the big catch. Number 7, not number 2. Becker now has thrown the ball 6 times. He's completed 4 for 78 yards and a touchdown. We have 39 seconds to go in the first quarter. Carroll in the Snyder red zone. The ball's at the Panther 14-yard line. Snyder leads 10-7. And Becker again. He's flushed by Trotter, and he throws the ball away. Flag comes in as the ball flies out of bounds. The Chargers may be caught for an illegal man downfield.
Flag on the play. Pressure by number 6, Trotter.
No signal yet, and if that's illegal man downfield, it's a penalty against Carroll.
All right, going to take a break in the action. Join us back here in the IndyStar studio to bring you some score updates. One of my favorite parts of IndyStar Friday Night Live, highlights being captured by our team from around the area. First thing, Josh, what do you got as far as score updates from around the area?
All right, so first off, in Sectional 4, you got Carmel and Hamilton Southeastern. I thought this would be a really tight matchup, but Carmel taking it to the Royals early on, 14-0. Oof. And then meanwhile over in Sectional 7, I already mentioned Lawrence Central, Lawrence North. That score is still 7-0. Warren Central on the other side of that bracket is leading 10-0 over the North Central Panthers. Ben Davis, they increased their lead to 29-0 over Perry Meridian. Oof, over in Sectional 8, Center Grove is taking it to the Olympians of Columbus East, 17-0. And then meanwhile, over in Class 3A, I believe Class 3A, you got Ron Colley and Crispus Attucks. And really cool story with Crispus Attucks getting their very first sectional win ever. They're taking it to Ron Colley right now, 7-6, only trailing by 1. And then lastly, some of the other games we've been catching up on. You got Zionsville now up 19-0, and Jeffersonville getting their first score up 7-0 over New Albany.
Very, very cool. A lot of action from around the area. So let's show you how some of these scores came to be with a batch of highlights. We have a highlight play-by-play pro with me to my left, so I'm going to let him do all the heavy lifting while I sit back and enjoy some football. What do we got first?
All right, well, Justin, first off, between Eastern Hancock and Heritage Christian, you got a little tip drill. Oh. Interception by Eastern Hancock. Nice job right there, staying alert, coming down with the ball.
All right. And we also have another update here. The crack team behind the camera in IndyStar Friday Night Live. Shout out to Ronnie Ramos. Carroll touchdown to take the lead over Snyder. It's now 14-10 in that matchup. He's doing a great job with the whiteboard. You can't see it, but I'm very proud. Let's get back into some more highlights. What's up next?
Next up, we got Carmel and Hamilton Southeastern, and I believe this is Carmel's first score of the day. You got the bowling ball, Zach White.
Oh, boy.
Plowing it up the middle.
I like the bowling ball. That's a fantastic name. I'm a wrestling fan, so look, if the football thing doesn't work out, you've already got a great name. Maybe a finisher name, bowling ball. Stick with it. I dig it. All right, what's up next on the highlights?
Up next, we got Garin Catholic taking on West Lafayette, and this, I believe, is the first field goal of the night for Garin Catholic. Knocking it through the uprights and through.
Fundamentals, nothing wrong with that. It's like the bounce pass. It always works. It's very important. All right, and last highlight, what do we got?
Meanwhile, we got the Battle of Lawrence Township. Welcome back, Jason Graves, after several weeks off, finding his target, Ali Allen, for a 9-yard score, and Lawrence Central taking it up early over the Wildcats 7-0.
All right, awesome highlights. We're going to show you one more. We have some footage of that touchdown in that Carroll Snyder matchup. We're going to show it to you right here on IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts. So again, this one important, keeps this game tight, keeps it competitive. Very glad to see that again. Like I mentioned last week, some games got out of hand. And look at the trickery behind the line of scrimmage and a beautiful pass to make it happen there in the back of the end zone. So touchdown, love to see it, love to bring you that action, and glad to have Josh joining us as our special guest in the house tonight, courtesy of our friends at the MIC Network. Thanks for loaning us to him. If we keep him, you can't find him, you know he's here in the newsroom. So let's take a quick break with another great partner and a word from them, Bath Experts. All right, big thank you to Bath Experts for the support all season long. And before we jump back into live action, I'm sorry, I need to take another look at that touchdown we brought you before we went to break in this Carroll Snyder matchup. Just take a moment to appreciate the poetry in motion that is happening right here. This is a double flea flicker.
Justin, we were just saying at the break right here. You got the Philly special, and then you got the Carroll special right here. Back in the end zone, some pinpoint accuracy. I love it.
That is beautiful. That's going to be getting shown whenever we do our end of the season sizzle reel. This will be on it. You can guarantee it. The second pass over the defender's head. I'm sorry, I'm caught up in it. Let's give you a first look at some more action here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. This is one of our 7:30 games. This is Linton Stockton taking on Evansville Mater Dei. So right now, as you can see, Evansville enjoying that 7-0 lead over Linton Stockton. Let's kick things off thanks to our friends at Greene County Sports Network. Shouts out to them. Take it away with the call and bring you some more action.
Back to do this. Eli's not got the punt yet. We got it, and he's going to get it off. It goes the same right side, and Cash Howard catches it at the 24-yard line, and there's where the Miners begin.
He slipped there. I was hoping maybe he'd, but that's not bad field position.
Hey, thank you to Cook Medical. Did you know that over 3,000 Greene County residents do not have their high school diploma? Through Cook Medical, My Cook Pathway program, you can earn a high school equivalency and land a full-time job at Cook during the program. You will work 28 hours per week, attend prep classes for your exam. Cook even will pay you full-time wages while you study. See yourself at graduation. And Trey Goodman tries to pick up two. No, he lost a yard. See yourself at graduation and start your career with My Cook Pathway program. Find out more at cookmedical.com/careers. Then click on the Employer Support tab. That's Cook Medical, our featured sponsor. 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go in this first period. And man,
had to eat that one.
Monjo with a high snap. No, that wasn't Monjo, was it?
Yeah, well, it should. Isn't he playing center? Gonna have a timeout.
We're gonna have a timeout here. Linton Miners trying to settle things down.
All right, going to take a quick break to bring you one of my favorite things, and don't usually get this during the playoffs, but this is a look at the band doing their thing before the matchup. The big one between Lafayette and Maryville sticks out. I love the band. I appreciate them doing their thing. As a band veteran myself, I know it ain't easy, especially when it's that cold. Shout out to those young musicians right there. So let's jump back into some football action. Heritage Christian and Eastern Hancock still all tied up. We've seen some defensive highlights in this game, but based on the score, still haven't been able to bring you any offensive highlights in this matchup yet. Josh, I don't know if there's any insights you can provide, anything that viewers should keep in mind. We're going to keep an eye on this game, especially because it is still one of our games that is hotly contended because it's still 0-0, where some other games have already gotten out of hand. So as people are watching this one unfold, what do they need to know about these teams or any players that are taking the field tonight?
Well, if you're Eastern Hancock, you're looking for some payback right here. I mean, these two teams met last year in the postseason, and that one, Heritage Christian, ran away with that one 21-0. So just a lot on the line again for Eastern Hancock, playing for pride and, of course, trying to advance in the postseason.
Definitely. And you can see that apparently they have learned from that runaway game last time and are already keeping it closer than they did last time around. So we're going to stick with this one, take it away with the call, courtesy of our friends at the Indiana SRN, and continue bringing you more action here on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
For a gain of about 6 yards on the reception there was Rainbolt.
And I know we're only at third down, but do you go for fourth down, or do you? How's your field goal kicker? Because any points right now is crucial, I do believe.
Garrett Friesen checking into the ball game here in the backfield to support Harrison Swan.
All right, going to take a break in this action to bring you the West Lafayette-Guerin matchup that is still in progress. West Lafayette on top 7-3. We're going to do some rapid switching because we have a lot of games either in the red zone or nearing the red zone, so we don't want to miss anything. As we can see, Guerin Catholic trying to reclaim the lead they had at least for a moment when they started things off the field goal to go on top on West Lafayette. West Lafayette quickly changed things up with that quarterback keeper that we saw earlier. So let's jump back into some more action here on Friday Night Live. What else do we got on deck? This is that Avon Brownsburg. Brownsburg with a big interception to get them into the red zone again and are looking to reclaim the lead that they enjoyed for quite a bit in this matchup here against Avon.
Well, Justin, I was thinking in this game, for Brownsburg to come away with a win, they're going to need a healthy dose of Donnie Marcus. And it looks like he's done a decent job, picking up yards after contact. And right now they're knocking on the doorstep yet again.
Very surprising to see this hot start, but I love to see it. Let's take it away with the call.
2-yard line. Back to throw, lobbing the ball into the end zone, and wide open. Nobody down there as Marcus sneaks out of the backfield and gets the 2-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, this is a well-designed play. Look at what happens. Brownsburg gets all kinds of misdirection, man in motion going all over the place, little play action, and then he's so wide open. Well designed, and more importantly, well executed play by the Bulldogs.
The point after is blocked, and in a game like this, Jan, you never know just how important that might be.
That can be huge.
All right, big block kick on the extra point there, and that could be crucial. Hope that doesn't come back to bite Brownsburg later on. So let's jump back into this matchup between New Albany and Jeffersonville, which they are still on top 14-0 in this one, enjoying that lead. Let's take it away with the call.
So it will go back to 2nd down and 9, and they'll place the ball back at the 31-yard line.
All right, actually, we're going to jump back into that Guerin Catholic matchup. They are done with their timeout, and they are still in the red zone looking to reclaim this lead over that powerful West Lafayette offense. Let's see if they can make it happen on this one. Quarterback thinking about it, throws out to the left. Receivers got some work to do. Couldn't quite do enough for getting brought down right inside the 5. So this is going to be a big 4th down. They're very close. I'm not sure if you go for it or you kick it in this situation. Josh, if you're the coach of Guerin Catholic, right now you're about the 3-yard line against powerful West Lafayette. Do you go for it or do you take those 3 points?
Oh, you've got to go for it here. I mean, you got a minute 34 seconds to go. Stay aggressive, Justin.
I like
Gotta
it.
be aggressive.
All right, I'm just saying that aggression could also lead to why'd you do that on Saturday morning if it doesn't quite work out. All right, jumping back into some more red zone action. This is that Heritage Christian Eastern Hancock matchup. As you can see, teams in the scrum. He's trying to drag everyone he can into the end zone for the first touchdown in this one. Still tied up, 0-0. So we'll be jumping back between this and, of course, that very, very important red zone matchup, as you can see, figuring out who's going to go for it or not on that 4th down. So don't worry, we are not going to miss anything here on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
Colin
Thompson. Use that hashtag IndyStarFNL to continue sharing and keep us trending all night long. Right now, Garen is on a timeout, so we're going to hang out with this matchup here. Let's take it away with the call and see if we can get you another touchdown.
In this second quarter, as now the officials are trying to figure out where exactly they want to spot this ball, and they figure out exactly where. It's about at the 3-yard line, and now first down and goal for Houston Swan. Swan fires, touchdown! On the reception, J.P. Fox and the Royals draw first blood.
Big touchdown there for Eastern Hancock, so let's jump back over to this matchup in West Lafayette, Garen Catholic, see if Garen can replicate what just happened in the other matchup and take this lead back against West Lafayette. Don't know if you're going to run or throw, but I love to see him going for it. Like you said, man, be bold. It's 4th down, it's the playoffs, it's now or nothing. All right, it's not going to be now. It's going to be nothing. They're going to take another timeout. That's all right. It's crucial. Don't blame them. You got to think about it.
Got to keep us on our toes a little longer, you know?
What I'm saying? Build the suspense. They're
Exactly.
They're already learning from their big brothers in the NFL. Just
That's
drag
right.
out those timeouts. All right, let's take a look at some more action here in this Carroll-Snyder matchup. And sounds like there was another score update in this one. Let's take a look and see what went down in this statewide matchup. Oh, man. And Carroll, quarterback, is not giving up on this play. And good thing he did, because it led to a touchdown in the back of the end zone.
That was Manziel-esque. My goodness, Justin.
I don't know what they're doing in the training facility over there at Carroll, but between the double flea flicker and the Barry Sanders-esque scramble in the backfield for the quarterback, I would be terrified to play like pickup touch football with the Carroll backfield, because they are making it happen. Shouts out to the blockers and the heads up scrambling by the QB. That is an impressive touchdown.
I mean, if you're Snyder right now, I mean, you're just shaking your head. I mean, what else can you do at this point?
I have no idea. They were in the backfield, still didn't matter. So back over to West Lafayette, Garen Catholic. Feels like the drive that never ends. Shouts out to Lamb Chops Play Along. If you don't get that reference, you're probably younger than me, and that's fine. Anyway, West Lafayette on top, 7-3. Garen with the ball. Let's see if they can finally get into this end zone on a crucial 4th down play. Got the man in motion. Big legs are going to throw to the corner, fights for it, and comes up with it. That is a huge, huge touchdown catch for Garen Catholic, and it wasn't easy. Kudos for the concentration and bringing that one down with a little bit of a struggle with the defender there. So Garen on top in this one once again.
Justin, when I was in high school, I would call that sort of play a weight room play. I mean, the fact that receiver just willed his way, bringing it in over the DB.
Very, very nice. Weight room play. I like that. I'm going to steal that from you. Let's jump back over to this Fishers-Westfield matchup, which is not nearly as tight as the Garen-West Lafayette matchup. Westfield on top, 21-0 on Fishers. And I got to ask, Josh, are you surprised to see this playing out the way it is so early in this matchup?
I'm very stunned, Justin. I mean, Fishers, they finished 7-2, third in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference. It looked like a very solid team, but right now they just seem rattled.
Yeah, and it's very surprising, and even that play right there, rattled, I think, was a great way to put it. Maybe it's nerves, lack of concentration, but this has not been representative of the Fishers team that I think we've seen all season long, really, defensively and offensively. Oh, also another update in that Carroll matchup. Extra point was good, 21-10 in that one. So we've got more scores, more action. Got a big 4th down. Well, not a big 4th down, just another punt. Unfortunately, it looks like for Fishers, continuing their trend of not really being able to make it happen here on the offensive side of the ball. See if West makes some magic out of the return. Didn't go down easy, not quite midfield, but teasing with the 40. So decent return for Westfield as they continue their dominant performance over Fishers in this one.
And some more laundry right there, too. You saw a flag at the end of that play. Got to wonder if that might be a late hit or just some jaw jacking.
Which I wouldn't be surprised. I know when you're down like that, things get a little testy, gets a little frustrating, emotions flare. These are still young men, young competitors out here, so I know how it is. Not always easy to keep your cool. Things happen after the play is over.
Well, there you go, another penalty on Fishers, and that's a personal foul. So 15 yards, it's going to set up Westfield over on midfield, and it's the last thing you need right now, and especially with Fishers. I mean, their calling card has been their defense this season. I mean, we talked about this before all the games started with Jeffrey Simmons, one of the best linebackers in the state, but right now Fishers just, they seem lost out there.
They do. So back over to Pike and Zionsville. Pike, like Fishers, having a tough time. And like you said, their defense been something that they've been proud of all season long, so hopefully their defense can make it happen now.
Smith into punt. Pike with only 92 yards of offense so far, most of it on one drive. He's got a running start, and that is Miles Cox running it back, and the Eagles will have excellent field position, and tackled on the play by Dodu, and we'll tell you the Andy Moore Truck Center, new location, 1601 South High School Road, 42 service bays, a large parts inventory, lease and rental, new and used trucks, all in Volvo and Ford, the Andy Moore Truck.
All right, going to take a break in this action to bring you a big development out of this Avon Brownsburg matchup. As you can see, that's a defender. He shouldn't have the football, but he does, and he's going to walk it all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. This is huge. This puts Brownsburg up. After this, they do go on a tack on the extra point. So right now, this matchup is 20-7. Brownsburg over Avon right now, and this has been a stunner of a matchup so far on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
That's some outstanding heads-up awareness there by Manny Jackson. I mean, look at that. He found a little present, and it was
it was just sitting there waiting
waiting for him.
Like a mint on the pillow. Beautiful. All right, let's jump back in and get back into this matchup. Fishers and Westfield. Westfield up 21-0 and going downhill again. Let's take it away with the call.
Simons, and every time I talk to Jake Gilbert, he talks about how smart Camden Simons is.
So
and
smart.
He's probably one of the smartest quarterbacks, and regardless of the success of Nick Ferrer.
You're right.
Camden Simons is that he's that cerebral quarterback, and he's got his eyes going every which way. He can see all of his options and knows, and all of a sudden, boom, on a dime, he can just find his receiver, and just smart football, and that's why he's got Westfield just about to go up 4 touchdowns here late in the first half. Simons goes left corner of the end zone, touchdown. And that's going to be Dane Wheeler from 22 yards, and a huge play. Watch the replay here, folks, as plenty of room.
He's watching his reads. 1, 2, fires it in the back of the end zone.
And if you looked, that offensive line made almost like a U-shaped. It was almost like a bent V, but that's what that offensive line is supposed to do to protect Cam Simons. And look what he found on a corner route. 22 yards later to Dane Wheeler, and Westfield, commanding lead. Sullivan set to put on the PAT here with 2:37 left till half, and kick is up. And it's good, and just like that, Fishers is stunned.
All right, so the extra point there, 28-0. Man, what's going on?
I have no clue, Justin. I mean, it's like I told you. I played at Fishers High School growing up. This is very uncharacteristic of Fishers High School. I mean, typically they do a decent job in the postseason. They find their way to a sectional championship. But Westfield, man, what a job Jake Gilbert and company has done for this crew. I mean, they are just taking it to the Tigers right now.
Absolutely. So a big touchdown. That's going to be a highlight we remember. So let's bring you some more captured by our IndyStar Friday Night Live team around the area. What do we got on deck?
All right, first up, over at North Central, you got the quarterback, Kobe Moore, plowing it in with that 6'5" frame. So tough to bring down.
Oof. Beautiful there. All right, more action. What's up?
Up next, over at Brownsburg, we saw this earlier. Rather, we didn't. Nice 35-yard bomb to Terrell there from Ben Easters, the Kansas commit. Brownsburg taking care of business right now over the Orioles.
And we know how important that score is. Brownsburg really doing their thing. All right, what's up next?
Up next, over with Whiteland, you have Dalton DeBon here with a little trickery right here, a halfback pass.
Oh, man.
Finding its way into triple coverage.
That is beautiful.
Oh, my goodness.
The trick plays are out in full force tonight. What is going on in the playoffs? No time to play around. All right. What's up next?
Up next, back to North Central. You got a nice quick field goal here by Joe Jackson, putting the Warriors up 10-0.
All right. Always love showing the fundamentals. It's important. Don't
That's
forget.
right.
Learn how to kick, kids.
That's right. Next
right.
up, you got New Pal right here. New Palestine, the Dragons, the reigning 5A state champs, and instead of Charlie Spiegel doing his job, you got Blake Austin with that jet sweep on that touchdown run.
It's the team that never loses, doing what they've been doing all season long. All right.
Meanwhile, you got Avon right here. We saw this earlier. Jalen Love taking it down the sideline, plowing it in for Avon's first score of the day. But right now, they're down by 2 scores to Brownsburg. So the Orioles are in tough sledding right now.
Yeah, I know a lot of people's predictions are messed up. If you had brackets, for example, they might be busted. All right, and the last highlight, what do we got?
We mentioned this earlier with the bowling ball. Did it not once, but twice. Zach White with his second rushing touchdown of the evening, and the Greyhounds are in firm control in hostile territory against Hamilton Southeastern.
Awesome set of highlights, and let's give you a game that's not only a first look, but a crucial moment. Red zone action here. Lafayette Jeff and Maryville. Again, they just kicked off at 8 o'clock and wasting no time in getting down into scoring position here in this one. So, again, this is a matchup that a lot of people have been excited about. 2 very, very good teams, 2 areas that are very passionate about their high school football. Me personally, I have a lot of love for both of these communities. Lafayette was my college town as a Purdue guy, and Maryville was where I bought my used beat-up Camaro that my wife is very upset that I spent the money on, but because of that, Maryville's always going to be very special to me. So I'm torn between these 2 towns and these 2 teams. Let's see what happens and who can get on the board first.
Souders is the guy who forced him back for another loss. Things have not been successful so far with number 16 as the quarterback. The big plays have come from Whitehead, and both times Rodriguez has been in there. It's been on 1st and 2nd down. He sets up a 3rd and long as it's 3rd and goal from the 14-yard line now.
Nice job of the Jeff defense to stifle this Maryville running game. Big Caden Sowers, number 40 for the Jeff defense. You're going to see 281 pounds, 6'1", break through that Maryville O-line for another 3rd down coming up for the Pirates.
Keep an eye on a couple of guys here. James Mitchell, one of them in single coverage on the right side. You'll probably get some bracketed coverage. Play action, pressure, throwing, middle. It is incomplete. Great delivery that time on an intended pass for Jeremiah Howard. It would have taken.
Ooh, tough break there. So let's take a break in the action to show you an important score update in this matchup here between Heritage Christian and Eastern Hancock. As you can see, all tied up 6-6 until the good extra point there. So that's going to put them up 7-6. Big moment there. 1 point can make a huge difference. So let's jump back in that other matchup between Lafayette Jeff and Maryville to see if Maryville can kick things off with a score of their own.
Trying to make some noise in support of their defense. That does not get many stops, especially against some of the better competition they played. 4th and goal. Play clock at 3 seconds now. Whitehead gets the snap off. Flag flies in, and most likely going to be a false start, and we'll see the official call. Andy Simpson as the false starts. Tough sledding right now for Maryville as they have a 4th and goal opportunity all the way at the 19-yard line. Not something you hear happen too often. And they don't trust their field goal kicker, which makes it even more difficult. Protecting the goal line here with 8:32 on that game clock. Whitehead surveys the line of scrimmage. Big play on 4th down. Steps up in the pocket. Pressure comes, throws, intercepted. It came down in the hands of Sowers. He's still on his feet. The big man rumbling across midfield, taking it into Maryville territory, and finally dragged down around the 30-yard line. And the folks on the visiting side love the effort from the big man.
Big number 40, Caden Sowers, gets his mitts on that football, and we have a fat man running down the field with the ball, a lineman's dream. And we had a late flag come in. I don't believe it's going to be a block in the back, but possibly a sideline warning against the Jeff sideline. There was a good amount of white jerseys close to the field there on the sideline, so we'll see what Andy
We're
Simpson
going to
has
take
to
a
say.
break in that action. Shouts out to Lafayette Jeff defender for that big run, but let's show you a big touchdown in that West Lafayette matchup against Guerin Catholic. That's going to be the touchdown that put them up 14-10 over Guerin. So again, a big play going from a big defensive play in Lafayette to a big offensive play in West Lafayette, making it happen in Tippecanoe County. Let's jump over and show you another update in a big game we've been watching. Let's go back in time and show you the huge touchdown pass that's set up for Heritage Christian going up 7-6 over Eastern Hancock. As you can see, huge pass across the middle, making it happen. So
instead
big
of
action
having
here.
it inside
Let's
the
go
30,
back over and see the follow-up of, again, just an incredible interception and run for the defensive lineman there, Lafayette Jeff. Shouts out to him. Get him an extra serving of pasta at the post-game celebratory dinner if they do win. And even if they don't, still celebrate that man. Give him the big piece of chicken, as Chris Rock would say. Let's take it away with the call and get you some more action here on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
Before Lafayette Jefferson can get started, their first play is a false start.
Now how you want to start your drive for Jeff. Backed up 20 yards from where they originally were after that interception.
So this changes things for them, but this is an offense that can overcome any kind of penalty. So 1st and 15 here. They bring Munoz back in motion right next to the quarterback. 10 seconds to snap it. They give it to him on 1st down. Munoz following blockers up the middle. He gets almost back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard short, and it's 2nd down and long.
Good job by the Jeff run game and the offensive line to pick up almost all the yards they lost in that false start. And you're going to see a lot of hurry up, no huddle offense here out of the Broncos tonight.
Up the middle again for Munoz, and he is going backwards. Big Kenneth Grant. Walton also in there to drag him down, no gain, and it's 3rd and 11.
Big 6'4", 350-pound Kenneth Grant right there sniffed that run game out.
So both of these prolific offenses. Maryville moved the ball but got stalled in the goal line. And now Grimes facing pressure, spins out of it, and down he goes right at midfield. The big lineman. We talked about the push. You got to protect the quarterback. Chris Walton on the sack.
Great pressure out of the Pirate defensive line. And a big stop by the Maryville defense after that long interception. And I believe we're going to be seeing a Jeff punt, which they have not done very much this year.
Give a lot of credit to those guys off the edge you just saw right there as they forced it back into the hands of Walton.
All right, we're going to jump over and bring you some more action in this Homestead-Noblesville matchup. And oh my goodness, some great timing there on the switch by our IndyStar Friday Night Live team. Let's take another look at that one. Well, never mind, no replay's over. Noblesville up 6-0 over Homestead, and we're going to keep an eye on multiple matchups. So if you get some rapid switching, it's just because something big is happening and we don't want to miss it. So we're going to keep an eye on multiple games here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. And another big catch there on the sideline, bringing it in and staying in bounds. Brownsburg, as you can see, continuing to make it happen against Avon. And this has probably been my shocker of the night. Between this and the Fishers matchup, I am absolutely stunned that these things are playing out the way they are so far, so early in the game.
Yeah, but not if quarterback Henry Hessen has to say about it. I mean, that was a beautiful dime he threw. That looked like Joe Hall on that reception right there. Just toe tapping drag right there, and nice work right there. And looks like Avon's going to collect themselves for a little bit while they take a timeout.
That's a good idea. And let's take a timeout here on IndyStar Friday Night Live with a quick 60-second word from our sponsors, Bath Experts. All right, jumping right back into this Avon Brownsburg matchup. Thank you to Bath Experts for the support all season. We're going to see if we can get you another score in this big matchup. Every possession is crucial at this point, so let's take it away with the call and see how Avon responds to the onslaught Brownsburg has been putting on them early in this first half.
Broadcasting, one thing I learned and I like, there should be a stat for secondary sacks because there's nowhere to throw the football. And he got the result of that, but the result was because of the secondary.
I heard one of the pro football announcers make a reference. He didn't call it a secondary sack, but he referred to it in that same term, which here's a personal foul called against Brownsburg. All I'm saying is there ain't no place to throw it.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you can do with it.
You're dead right. And here's another personal foul. That's just silly.
So it's going to be 1st and goal now, and the ball is spotted at it'll be at the 5 after that sack on the flat incomplete pass.
Well, he threw that quicker than he really needed to.
Farrell looked at him like, wait a minute here, I wasn't ready expecting that, so.
Well, that's what pressure will do. Pressure makes you do funny things sometimes, especially at the quarterback position. He just felt the pressure and threw it quicker than he really wanted to.
So with 5:15 to play, it'll be 2nd down and goal again from the 5-yard line. This time they send Farrell in motion to the left side. Try the inside handoff from 5 yards out, and the touchdown is good.
Number 39 for Avon.
And he is not even on our too deep charts.
That's Clayton Peters.
Here's the man in motion. Now watch 39 set up right at the right elbow of the quarterback. He gets the 5-yard run into the end zone. Peters.
All right, big touchdown for Avon getting back into that one, but let's show you some more action and a huge, about 57-yard touchdown run for Noblesville to put them up. This would set them up. They would tack on the extra point and go up 13-0 in this one against Homestead. Josh, are you surprised at all how Noblesville has come out this gate?
I mean, Justin, we've seen some shocking results early on, but this has probably got to be the most shocking one so far. Noblesville has only won one game all season, and they're going against the number 2 ranked team in the state right now for Class 6A, and they're taking it to them right now.
Well, they said they'd bring it out when it mattered, and it matters, and they brought it out. So shouts out to them. This matchup here between Lafayette Jeff and Maryville still tied up 0-0. Let's take it away with the call and see if we can get you some more action courtesy of our friends at WJOB.
2 weeks off. That might be it, too.
And just a little bit of a lack of discipline by both teams so far. It's the second false start penalty on Maryville. Jeff had one of their very first play. Not what you want to be seeing in week 11 of the season.
So 1st down and 15. We've said that 2 or 3 times on each side now. Whitehead, the quarterback, fakes it to Dixon. Looks underneath. Pass is caught. Not much, though, as Eddie Drake was hit hard again. Some good plays on that outside of that defense. This time it's Quentin Stephanie, who has made some good plays in pass coverage and makes a tackle underneath here.
Drake's going to run a little route to the flat, coming out of the backfield, pick up a 4. 2nd and 11 now for Maryville.
Empty backfield now at the Lafayette Jefferson 41-yard line, and it's 2nd down with just over 4 minutes to play. Rodriguez is the quarterback, and we'll see if he wants to throw a quick hitter. Does not make too many pass attempts, but he does like to run, and we know that. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Quick pass, incomplete, and almost intercepted. He fired a rocket that time to his receiver wide open in the flat, and he just really put it on him too quick. Xavier Shell couldn't handle the pass that time, and maybe that's why he plays defensive back most of the time.
Yeah, the last 2 passes from Peter Rodriguez, 2 quick out slants, and both passes sailed above his wide receivers' heads. They were both relatively open and could have gotten nice little gains, but both passes go over his head, and now they're going to bring in number 18, Eric Whitehead, the passing quarterback, on 3rd and 11.
They've put Whitehead in some tough plays on down and distance time here. 5 seconds to snap it. He gets it off. Clean pockets. Whitehead waiting here, has some room, now fires. On the move, caught. It's Glass. Glass in the open field, has the first down, looking for some blocks as he spins down inside the 20-yard line. Armani Glass, the first down and much more.
It's a great job by Glass as we watch the replay. Even Whitehead looking left the whole time, not even looking right. Scrambles a little bit, sees Glass get open there. Glass running east to west a bit there. He gets that big gain for the Pirates offense. That's much needed.
Yeah, he had Glass for the underneath route, and Howard in the deeper route. He went to Glass in a nice gain, big first down pickup for the Pirates.
DB there you saw late was John Gentry. I wonder if he is out there for DeMarco Cross, who I still don't see. I don't know if you guys have seen him back on the field, but big number 82 is one of their leading DBs. They're going to throw a jump ball, left side, fighting for it. It is a touchdown. What a play again, and it's Howard. Who else?
Jeremiah Howard on the corner route. He's had all the big plays so far for the Maryville offense. Maryville up 6-0, 3:11 to go in the first quarter, and this might be the first time Jeff has trailed in 2 months. We don't know too much about Jeff, but this might be the first time they're playing from behind in a good number of weeks. Great drive by the Maryville offense.
Steven Stephanie was the guy in coverage. Now it's Pupek for the extra point. And it's 7-0 Pirates with 3:11 to play. Jeremiah Howard strikes first.
All right, huge pass, beautiful pass and catch for Maryville to go up 7-0 against Lafayette. Jeff kicking things off with a highlight-worthy play. So let's bring you some more highlights from around the area captured by our IndyStar Friday Night Live team.
All right, let's start off over back at Hamilton Southeastern. And Christian Williams, taking over for quarterback a few weeks ago, takes it himself this time for the touchdown. Carmel's leading 21-0 at the half. Now let's switch gears over to North Central and Warren Central. You had some momentum from North Central near the end of the half, throwing it up a jump ball, and that is easily picked off by Javion Stanberry. Nice job there by the 5'6" man, collecting himself the blood belt on the sideline, too.
Very nice.
Next up, we're going to go over to Whiteland and New Pal. And in other news, water is wet.
No.
Because you got Charlie Spiegel running it up the middle for a touchdown right there.
I like how the defenders just fell off his shoulders. Like, what's going on? But that's what happens.
Excellent job right there. Let's take it back over to Brownsburg and got a nice play action right here. Backdoor throw to from Ben Easters to Donnie Marcus, left unaccounted. And Brownsburg takes the lead right there. And our last highlight. Let's go back to Eastern Hancock and Heritage Christian. Maxwell Milton throws a dime over the middle. And a nice job readjusting right there by Nate Thompson to put the Eagles ahead.
Beautiful. Love to see them lay out for it. They know it's crucial. It's playoffs. You got to stretch to go get it. We're going to take a moment to stretch a little bit too. Let's take a quick break with a 60-second word from our sponsors, Bath Experts. All right, big thank you to our sponsors, Bath Experts, for the support all season long. Let's jump right back into things and show you another highlight that happened in this big Noblesville Homestead game. Noblesville, as we mentioned, strong, surprising start here, but Homestead doing what they can to keep this thing close. Beautiful touchdown pass across the middle. That's going to make this one 13-7 in this matchup. But Noblesville still enjoying a lead and going to hope to make the most out of it. And let's jump back into another matchup as another team is looking to close the gap they were facing earlier. Avon, after a big stop on Brownsburg's last possession, is already back in the red zone looking to take a lead if they're able to score and get an extra point. So Avon, again, they've been a powerhouse #1 team all season long. They are going back to showing people exactly why as they continue to come back and drive on Brownsburg. Let's take it away with the call and see if Avon can reclaim the lead.
The play action goes on the backside for the reception.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage, and we come back live and into the end zone from 15 yards out. Fumble, but I believe he had crossed the end line. Let's see.
Yep, that's the right call. Once he's over the end line, it's a touchdown.
That is McCray, the backup running back, who gets the touchdown.
Just like that, Avon right back in it. Great blocking on that left side. Just a sprint option play. That's a touchdown. No question about it.
Now the all-important point after.
All right, so you can see huge run. This will be a big extra point. And it is good. So let's remember, extra points are kind of the difference maker in this matchup. Brownsburg getting blocked earlier. Now they're down by 1. So huge to see that happen. Avon wasted no time getting back into it. Let's see if this matchup can get tied up or if Lafayette Jeff can make the most out of their opportunity here as they're down 7-0 to Maryville.
They don't even give Maryville much time.
They give it to Munoz, right side, first down. Munoz still on his feet inside the 30. And now out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So Marquise Munoz, the first down, and they hustle back to the line of scrimmage again.
Now here's where the up-tempo offense works. It helps. Maryville's going back on their heels. Jeff lines up really quick again, and they're going to run another play on him.
If they can have success with this, they will gas this Maryville defense. Quick pass to Johnson, right side. Bishop Johnson now. Good gain on first down. He was dragged down kind of awkwardly that time by this linebacking core for Maryville. That was Davin Latiker, and he's got to get quickly back to his feet as the ball is now at the 19-yard line. It's 2nd down and 5. Grimes rushes them back to the line. Now moves Munoz. Grimes will throw. Here comes the pressure. Setting up the screen. It is almost intercepted. That was not a bad pass at all, intended for the tight end / backup quarterback Brady Preston. He only had 11 receptions this year, but had a lot of success. When he caught the football, they went for a long way. 11 catches for 240 yards, and then almost an INT.
Yeah, Grimes had big defensive tackle number 78, Kenneth Grant for the Pirates, 6'4" in his face. Threw it a little high and bounced off his receiver's hands.
Grimes on 3rd down. Option, pitches it. Munoz. Munoz has the first inside the 10, and they got him into space, and the running back delivers a goal-to-go chance.
Broncos are marching on the door for an answer from that Maryville touchdown here.
They spot it at the 9-yard line.
They're doing a good job with the tempo here.
They stick it in the belly of the running back. Munoz cuts it back, and he just got tripped up. Otherwise, might have had a game-tying touchdown, and goes down at the 3-yard line. It's 2nd and goal here, and they are moving quickly, and you can tell Maryville getting a bit gassed. They give it again. Munoz right up the gut and runs into a wall. They've had success on the outside, but when you run it at those guys in the middle, Price, Grant, and Walton, and big Kenneth Grant said, not at least on this play. No gain, 3rd down.
Kenneth Grant did a good job that time sniffing it out, knowing what's coming.
Empty backfield from Jeff.
Grimes looks right. Preston caught it and goes right down. Great tackle that time to save the touchdown on the outside by Xavier Shell. And do they chip in a field goal or go for the tying touchdown on 4th and goal from about the 2-yard line?
Jeff has only attempted 1 field goal all season, and I seriously doubt we're going to see a second attempt right here.
Still plenty of time to decide as Grimes looks over. And that ball's right at the 2-yard line. Grimes got the play now with 15 on the play clock. Folks from Maryville trying to make some noise. And now a whistle, and Brad Cease is going to take himself a timeout to make sure his team is on the same page. So the Pirates, big 4th down for this.
All All right, timeout in this one, so let's jump back over to this matchup between New Albany and Jeffersonville. So you can see Jeffersonville still enjoying a 14-0 lead over New Albany here in the third, and it looks like they are looking to do some more damage. So let's take it away with the call and see what happens, and we will jump back over to that other matchup as things resume to see if they can make the most out of the fourth down opportunity there.
He uses lots of parts. We hadn't seen Cobb run the ball, but he is in the backfield here to start the second half. And he moves in motion, and now then he stops again. And, you know, he probably should have just kept going out to the side. But because he kind of stopped, okay, you're going to have illegal procedure called against the Red Devils. And that's one thing that does happen when you start bringing in different backs and things of that sort. You could tell he turned around and looked at.
All right, let's show you this big 4th and goal here, Lafayette Jeff and Maryville. As you can see, Lafayette Jeff is going for it, which you've got to. It's playoff time. Let's see if they can tie this one up and get in for 6. And the running back's going to make it happen. So that is going to be a big score for Lafayette Jeff, keeping this one from getting out of hand. Still very early on, only the first, but they are making it happen.
And into the end zone, extra point away from being tied.
A lot of credit there that time to Brady Preston. You saw it right at the bottom of your screen. The tight end almost had an issue with the play potentially and botched the snap, and the flag here flies in on the PAT attempt. And we'll see what happens off the penalty here. Here's Andy Simpson. There was a lot of movement. They were trying to catch Maryville, but what does Andy Simpson have? False start. Okay, so now this will be 5 yards tougher, and things become more interesting here. So if they want to go for 2, it'll be from the 7.
Yeah, Jeff does a lot of these goofy PAT formations. In the game I watched against Richmond, they lined up 11 guys in an I formation and then shifted. So they do these goofy before kick formations to try to draw the defense offside. Didn't work there.
Elias Marquez, the big kicker, number 60, low snap. This is totally botched and going nowhere. That could be huge. Keep this in mind. What we've seen so far from this Lafayette Jefferson kicking group has not necessarily been great.
All right, not sure what happened there on that extra point, but nothing extra about it. 7-6 in that matchup. And we're going to go over to something we didn't even tease earlier on. I know Halloween's over, but we still got treats for you here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. This is a bonus game. Bishop Dwenger taking on Northside. Some Fort Wayne statewide action. As you can see, Bishop Dwenger enjoying a 21-14 lead over Northside. So big thanks to all of our partners who are making this happen, our friends over at Summit City Sports and elsewhere. So let's take it away with the call and bring you some more of this statewide action.
Looks like the Shane had a breakage of the linkage over on that far side, and they're having a little maintenance there to the chains. So we'll go 2nd and 10, 11-20 and rolling. 2 wide receiver set for the Legends, Taylor with Holiday Robinson. Here's Taylor.
All right, how about an update on some scores from around the area, Josh?
All right, Justin. Well, we already touched on some of these scores earlier, but you got Lawrence Central leading Lawrence North 7-0 at the half. Ben Davis taking it to Perry Meridian 50-0, on track for the century mark there. Something to keep an eye on there. Brownsburg and Avon, we just talked about 21-20. Avon taking the lead over Brownsburg late in that first half. Center Grove and Columbus East down in Sectional 8. Center Grove, the Trojans taking it to the Olympians 24-0. Meanwhile, Carmel still leading 21-0 after 2 quarters. Fort Wayne Snyder, the Chargers of Carroll leading 28-10. Meanwhile, you got West Lafayette and Garin Catholic still in a neck-and-neck battle with the West Lafayette guys leading 14-10. Meanwhile, down in one of the private schools, Cathedral taking it to Terre Haute South, 38-0. New Pal and Whiteland is still close, 14-7. The Dragons are leading in that one. Warren Central still leading 10-0 over the North Central Panthers. Meanwhile, Bishop Chatard, they are visiting North Montgomery this evening, but they are handling business 42-6. Meanwhile, over in Class 3A, Western Boone Webo, they are taking it to North Putnam 42-7. And then finally, as we have right here, Bishop Dwenger leading 21-14 over Fort Wayne Northside.
All right, so there you have it. All the scores, all the action. You can get it all here. I'm your one-stop shop for football action here in the state. IndyStar Friday Night Live presented by Bath Experts. Thanks to everyone who's joining in. And also, big shout out. I want to take this moment to thank all of our network partners who have made this show possible all season long, bringing us games. All the networks like Make Network, not only bringing us games, but lending us talent this evening in the form of Mr. Josh A. And so thank you to everyone who's made IndyStar Friday Night Live an amazing and successful inaugural season. Glad to be with you in the sectionals. And we're going to jump back over to some more action here. This Lafayette-Jeff matchup. Excuse me, not Lafayette-Jeff, Jeffersonville-New Albany matchup. A lot of Jeffs going on tonight, but Jeffersonville up 14-0 over New Albany, and they've enjoyed this lead for quite a while. So let's see if the tide can change in this one.
Yeah, about Pizza Cake, as like I said, they are located on Charlestown Road in New Albany, and the kids are already in the car before I get my keys, as they love that great Pizza King pizza that everybody loves, and it's a great time for young and old. Plus, a great place to stop in for lunch with great daily specials on pizza and sandwiches. The best Straubs in the world. 2 great locations on Charlestown Road in New Albany. Call 812-945-4405, and we've got Rogers again. Let's see. He's brought down at the 10-yard line.
He is making a strong case again for player of the game, this time just on the opposite side of the ball.
Absolutely. Another big gain on the play there as he moves it down to the 11-yard line. It is a pickup in there of 28 yards on the play. Again, that is Pizza King Pizza. They are located at 2 locations, Charlestown Road in New Albany, 812-945-4405, and 10th Street right here in Jeffersonville, 812-282-8286. That's Pizza King. It's an Indiana tradition.
They're going for 2 here. It's a very aggressive call, but if it pays off, it will. Oh,
no,
wait,
they've got
no,
it first
I
down
don't
and
even
10
know
on
where
the
I just
11.
got that
You're
from.
still in Miami.
Oh, man.
All right, it is given to the first back through this time. It looks like it is Rogers once again. And let's see. I believe this time he only gets about a yard or so down to the 10. Jeff can still pick up a first down. As, boy, I tell you what, we're taking some time to untangle right now. There we go. Everybody finally untangles, and it was Johnson on the carry. Or actually, it was Parks on the carry. My mistake. Parks on the carry, and they mark it at the 9, so he gets 2 yards on the play. It's 2nd down and 8. 2nd and 8 for the Jeffersonville Red Devils are 2nd and 9 for a touchdown. Given to the second man through, and this time the New Albany defense comes through and stops Ferguson in the backfield for a loss as he is taken down around the 12, 13-yard line. It's a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down situation for the Jeffersonville Red Devils. They have to get to the 1 for a first down, so they're marking it at the 12. It is a 4-yard loss. It is going to bring up a 3rd and 11, we'll call it 12. They're marking it right at about the 13-yard line. So, yes, 3rd and 12 right now from the 13, just inside the 13. And it is 3rd down situation as we move close to the 5-minute mark here before the end of the 3rd quarter. Jeff leading at 14-0 over the New Albany Bulldogs. Little end around this time. Mitchell takes the end around, and he is brought down by the jersey.
As great play there.
Great play by the New Albany defense. He gains maybe a yard, maybe 2. I think they're going to mark it at the 12, but great pursuit by New Albany.
Yeah, the 5'8", 153-pound junior, number 4, Devon Stovall on the, as you said, jersey rip down.
Yeah, he just grabbed the jersey and held on. Great takedown. And let's see. Well, they mark it. The penalty is on New Albany. All right, now we have it's going to be 3rd down, but it's going to be manageable now as I think New Albany gets called for an encroachment call. As offsides as it moves it down 5 yards from the 13 down to the 8, and that will bring up a 3rd down and 7 from the 8. Now, the scoreboard says 1st down and 10, but it says 3rd down across the way. And that is what we go for. Now, we've got a timeout, Jeffersonville. Jeffersonville takes their first timeout of the second half with 4:20 to go here in the third quarter. And
all right, timeout in this one, so let's jump back over to this Heritage Christian Eastern Hancock matchup. Still extremely close, 7-6 in this one, and a big pick has gotten Eastern Hancock possession once again. They're going to look to drive and hopefully reclaim the lead that they had for most of this game. But again, Heritage Christian on top by 1. Let's take it away with the call.
Yardage, and then all of a sudden, Heritage Christian puts 6 or 7 guys in the box, maybe 5 guys that time. They shot the gaps and they get you down, and you lose the 5 yards you gain. Now it's third down and about 10.
Give a half sack each to Salisbury and Waltz on that play. Third down and long. Swan, the quick throw outside. And his running back, Landon O'Neill, is nowhere near a first down.
So you have 4th down here. And it's punt formation for Eastern Hancock.
It's punt formation, but remember,
that
was not punt formation one of the times out. We'll see what they decide to do here. Houston Swan back to punt the ball away. And he gets the ball away on a pooch punt, and it sails out of bounds. Not a very long punt. We'll see where they walk this back from.
And he's taking a long hike.
As the official will walk it back there at the bottom of your screen. Past midfield to the 49-yard line.
Wow. And I tell you what, Ethan Lowry almost had that punt blocked.
Keep in mind, you cannot miss a game at all right here on Indiana SRN. Make sure you check out our YouTube page. You can also follow us on Twitter at Indiana SRN, but also click that big subscribe button on YouTube today.
You bet.
First down here for Heritage. Ball at the 49. Milton fakes the handoff to his running back and then throws the ball to Peyton Brown, and he is stopped in the backfield for a loss on the play.
That's a quick screen. Didn't develop. So now you go down, second down and 10.
So they're going to call his forward momentum right at the original line of scrimmage, so he keeps it on the Royals side of the football field.
You know, this time of year, you got to stay healthy and you got to just keep playing, because I tell you, this is a long game.
Milton on the jet sweep here to Colton Brown, and he falls down in the backfield and is again stopped for a loss. He'll probably lose about maybe 6 or 7 yards on that play. So it'll be loss of 3 on the play, excuse me. Third down and very long coming up.
You know, we have not seen Milton tuck it and run today. You know, last week he had a couple of quarterback sneaks and quarterback draws. We'll see if they call one tonight. Under 6 minutes to play when this ball snapped.
Milton back to throw, feeling the pressure over the middle, complete to Peyton Brown, fumbles the ball, and it's recovered by Eastern Hancock. Again, another turnover forced, and once again, it is Cole Rainbolt. He had the interception on the last play.
All right, big fumble, another turnover in that one. So let's jump over to this Fishers Westfield matchup. Westfield has been taking care of business, but as you can see, Fishers not just going to roll over here. They are in the red zone and looking to get back into this one by any means necessary. So let's take it away with the call and see if they can get their first points of the night.
He needed 79. He's got over 80. Rue forced out of the pocket, and he gets down and flag coming out about the 5-yard line. He gets down to about the 7 where he's marked. Picked up 6. He'll be 3 shy of the first down, but we'll see what this flag is coming out. Ooh, personal foul. It's going to be half the distance. So pickup of 6 by Rue on the scamper.
All right, we're actually going to do some quick switching because we got another red zone situation going on here. West Lafayette and Guerin Catholic. As you can see, West Lafayette 17-10 in this one. But looking to change things up a little bit here. So we'll keep an eye on this matchup and do some rapid switching back and forth. Guerin Catholic, quarterback is back, throws, and he holds on to it. Beautiful.
Now for a first down, too. Goal-to-go situation right here for Guerin. Opportunity to tie things up.
Yep, and remind people, too, that other matchup we were looking at, that Fishers game, that big penalty is going to give Fishers that first down and goal. 4 shots to get in for their first touchdown of the game. We'll see if they can make it happen. That's not going to be it, Chief. But you got 3 more chances. Guerin Catholic, on the other hand, at the 1. All right. So 2 similar situations, 2 teams very close. Second downs coming up for both matchups. So, again, we'll be switching almost without warning here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. So don't look away because you'll probably miss a touchdown if you do. And also, big thank you to everyone who is tuning in. Make sure you use the hashtag IndyStarFNL to share your thoughts, good, bad, and ugly. We can take it. Do that anywhere you like to be social on the internets. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace, Friendster, whatever you got, we'll take it. Use that hashtag IndyStarFNL.
Justin, is Friendster still a thing?
It could be. It could be. We'll see if this West Lafayette lead is still a thing.
Oh, and you got a fumble.
Ball is loose. Who comes up with it? Of course,
like
Westfield says they have it. We'll wait for the refs to make the final call here. A lot of movement here on the bottom of the pile.
And it looks like Westfield
and
ball,
that
too.
is Westfield ball. And back over in this Guerin Catholic West Lafayette matchup. Touchdown, Guerin Catholic. So 2 drives ending very, very differently. Guerin Catholic is going to go to 16-17 with that touchdown run. And again, Fishers with a really promising drive, coughing it up inside the 5 to turn it over back and to Zionsville, who is pouring it on right now. That score 28-0. So more action here coming at you at IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts. Let's take it away with the call and see if Guerin Catholic can tack on an extra point to tie this one up.
Long drives to make sure that West Lafayette doesn't get a bonus one at the end. You gotta execute here, though.
Crucial extra point here as Edgerton puts his foot in it. It's a low snap, and it is no good. So you drive all the way down, you get a touchdown, can't complete the extra point. You're down 17-16. You're watching IHSAA football on Indiana SRN, presented by the Colts.
All right, missed extra point there. That's going to be crucial. Another game divided by 1 point. We'll keep an eye on that one. This matchup, similar. 1 point difference separates Heritage Christian and Eastern Hancock, but Heritage Christian is continuing their drive back in the red zone, looking to break this thing open and kind of break up the stalemate that's loomed over this game for most of the time. So let's take a look at the call, courtesy of our friends at Indiana SRN.
Milton fakes the ball to his running back, finds Peyton Brown, and is in for the touchdown.
Wow. Like I said, you throw a 5-yard pass. I've been throwing the whole time.
All right, so touchdown, Heritage Christian, just like that. So let's jump over to yet another red zone possession here. This is Lafayette Jeff and Maryville. Lafayette Jeff with the ball and not that far to go for another touchdown. This is a big 3rd down coming up. Little trickery, running back not able to make it happen. So interesting to see what they'll do here. They are down by 1, and I always take it to you, Josh. What do you think, man? Do you kick it? Do you go for it? What's the smart play?
I mean, just considering the situation right here, you're in easy, I would say easy field goal range, but you've seen some pretty bad kicks tonight. So depending on the quality of your kicker, send the kicker out there. You're only down by 1. Look at the time left on the clock. 6 minutes to go. I would say this is a kicking situation here, but it looks like the Broncos are going to go for it
Well,
here.
I mean, they had an extra point kind of go by the wayside earlier with a bad snap and no attempted kick. Sounds like their kicker has only attempted 1 field goal all season long, I believe, earlier. So I don't know what the deal is with the special teams there in Lafayette, Jeff, but it looks like they might think about it some more. So let's jump over to Jeffersonville, New Albany. Jeffersonville enjoying a 17-0 lead. We're going to take it away with the call and get all the action sorted out.
Has a nice run this time as he moves it inside the 15 down to the 14. It's a pickup of 6 yards on the play, and it brings up 2nd down and 4 for the New Albany Bulldogs as we move close to the end of the 3rd quarter of action here. Simmons, he gives it to Whitford once again, and Whitford gets it close to the 10-yard line, maybe down to the 11. It's going to be fourth down, but it's going to be fourth and short. Fourth and maybe 1, maybe 2. We'll see where they spot it. Well, he didn't get a real good spot. They spotted at the 13-yard line, so that is going to make it 4th and 2. 4th and 2 right now. 4th and 2 for the Bulldogs. Of course, they have no other option, trailing 17-0 here to go for it. So big play. Jeff defensively has rose to the occasion every time on these particular plays. Let's see if New Albany can come up with something.
All right, we're going to go to this big fourth down play here. Lafayette Jeff is going for it, not going to put it on the kicker. They're going to see if they can get the touchdown or at least the first down they need to extend this drive. Quarterback drops back, thinking about it, looking across the middle and finding absolutely nobody. Not sure what he was shooting for there, but it didn't work out. So that's going to be a big turnover on downs. Maryville retains the lead and gets possession, even though they got a long way to go. So back over New Albany, Jeffersonville. Let's take it away with the call and see if things fare better for this team here in the red zone.
Gain nothing as Jeff has it on the 13-yard line, and the Jeff kids over here celebrating, obviously. The defense, like I said, they've just played an excellent game. Just a super, super game tonight. No doubt about it. All right. Wimberly comes back in. This possibly the last play of the third quarter of action. Jeff has extended their lead on a field goal by Altamirano. And they lead it here by the score of 17-0. And it's going to go to Ferguson. Ferguson moves it past the 15 up to the 16-yard line. As that should be the end of the third quarter, as Jeff will go into the fourth quarter of play with the score 17-0 in favor of the Jeffersonville Red Devils over the New Albany Bulldogs. That gives me an opportunity to tell you about Rapid Fire Pizza, now open on the corner of Daisy Lane and State Street in New Albany. 0 to pizza in 180 seconds. Any crafted pizza you can come up with, hot and ready in 180 seconds, not just 1 or 2 sauces.
All right, going to take a break in this action here to show you some updated action here in the West Lafayette Guerin Catholic game. This one, the tide is changing. Big pass, and that's yet another touchdown for the West Lafayette quarterback. He's got plenty.
Justin, by my count, that's now touchdown 53 on the season.
Boy, oh boy. So they are making it happen in a big way in this matchup against Guerin Catholic. And you hate to see it.
I think the best thing that our ministry offers is that when the women come.
17-0, but hey, we still got a whole quarter of football to play here. And I think you're going to see Jeff right now is going to probably try to play a little bit of clock management at this point. We've got basically a 17-point lead. No sense of getting in any hurry. Wimberly in the backfield, and that's exactly, they give it to Ferguson. He splits around in and finds a little bit of running room, but not a lot. He gets it up close to about the 20-yard line. It's going to be a gain in there of 4 yards, and it will bring up, well, they're going to actually mark it up around the 22-yard line. We'll mark it at the 21, and that will bring up a third down and 3 for the Jeff Red Devils.
Tackle there by Caden Calloway.
All right, let's take a jump over to this Noblesville-Homestead matchup. It is still close, 13-7. Noblesville got out the gate really strong, went up 13-0 to kick things off, and Homestead battling back, keeping it within 1 score. Let's take it away and see if Homestead can claim the lead or tie things up.
Fumble recoveries for the Millers. They'll bring up 2nd and 7 from the 33. 2 wide receivers up top. That's Griffin Little at the top of your screen. Bottom of your screen is Jared Kistler. Goody takes the handoff, the snap. He'll evade 1 rusher. Looks downfield, and that pass nearly picked off by number 23 for Noblesville, Zach Blevins. Blevins with a nice break on the ball. And, of course, Goody doing a good job of evading a sack as he was.
All right, let's jump back over to this matchup. Heritage Christian, Eastern Hancock. Heritage Christian with the ball and the lead and driving once again. Looking to pile on here and maybe put this one beyond Eastern Hancock's reach. Let's take it away with the call.
Play here. Looking for Caden Sotelo on that play, and now you have 4th down and manageable. Ball just inside the 40-yard line. Here's Swan feeling the pressure, dumps it off in the flat, and it's incomplete, and a turnover on downs will give the ball back to Heritage.
4th down. Had the right call. He's had that screen open a couple times. That's a bubble screen. That time the ball was just short.
All right, change of possession here. Let's go back into Noblesville Homestead. 13-7 in favor of Noblesville. Let's take it away with the call.
Pass goes to Little. It'll be a gain of 9 yards on the play. I believe that was number 26 with the tackle for Noblesville. Number 26 is Camden Nagel at 6'1", 155 pounds, the senior. It'll bring up 2nd and 2 from the 47. On the jet sweep, taking the handoff is Archibald, and he'll be walled off. A great job of contain there by number 88 for the Millers. That's Lucas Williams, 6'4", 200-pound linebacker. Williams did a great job there shooting the gap and walling off Archibald when it looked like Archibald was going to have a huge gain. That's going to bring up 3rd and 3. Williams entering today with 1 sack under his belt. The out pattern thrown short, intended for Griffin Little. So that'll bring up 4th down and 3 for Homestead. Williams also with 75 total tackles, which is 2nd best on the team, only to number 55, Skylar Tolliver. Big play coming up here for the Spartans. At the Noblesville 48-yard line, it's 4th and 3. Goody takes the snap, and with the pooch punt, that's going to roll all the way down to about the 14-yard line. Luke Goody is dangerous at QB and punter for the Spartans. So Noblesville.
All right, the punt there. Let's go back over to Lafayette Jeff and Maryville. This one's still 7-6 after going for it on 4th. It didn't quite work out for Lafayette Jeff. Maryville back with the ball right here, looking to add to their lead and maybe pull away from Lafayette Jeff.
Prince, big number 97, the junior defensive lineman, right around 300 pounds. He slammed him back.
Yeah, Peyton Prince gets back there, a couple other of his teammates, and make it 3rd and short for the Pirates.
Showing some pressure up the middle here. Whitehead now going to check the play. A couple of those linebackers look like they're ready to come after him. Xavier Dietrich, one of them. And also big number 40, Caden Souders. He looks like he's ready to come after the quarterback. Almost got somebody to jump, and now a flag. The question is, who jumped first? And this is going to change everything. It's 3rd and 4 right now. If it's on the defense, it'll be a first.
It's going to be a false start.
Oh.
So they move him backwards. You just heard Andy Simpson in the background. His crew has been all over this game so far. And they've had themselves from the get-go a tough challenge with 2 really talented teams.
We're going to take a break in the action to show you a big special teams play. Boom, block, punt for Fishers, and he's going to take that right in for a touchdown. So the offensive possession didn't quite work out for him, but finally on the board in this matchup against Westfield, first touchdown of the night for them. We'll see if they can keep it rolling. Back to Lafayette Jeff and Maryville. Let's take it away with the call and see if Maryville can get some points of their own.
He threw it into the ground, and Howard almost scraped it off the turf and made a huge play for his quarterback. He was open, but the pass did not quite hit his star receiver. It's 4th down.
Another 3 and out for the Maryville offense. Great job by the Jeff defense to force another 3 and out. And we traded the last 3 or 4 possessions here. Not much going on offensively. Way below Jeff's average of 56 points a game so far in the first half.
Coach C is trying to send his guys out there, only at 10. Was able to save the timeout, though, as he got his extra guy out there. Just a booming punt by Austin Pupek.
Great kick. It's still rolling.
Kept on bouncing. You got to be kidding me. All the way inside the 15.
All right, going to take a break in the action. Let's jump back into Avon and Brownsburg, which they are finally back after halftime. Avon enjoying a 21-20 lead in this one. And let's take a look at the quarterback trying to make something happen. He is literally running in circles and still finding his receiver. That's some concentration. I'd have been dizzy and falling on my face. That young man is an athlete. Shouts out to him.
I mean, Hessen is by far one of the best quarterbacks in the state, and he just proved it right there.
That is some big stuff. And I also heard you had a matchup update in another game you've been tracking all night, Josh. Can you tell us what has happened?
Over on the MIC Network, both teams, Lawrence Central and Lawrence North, are knotted up at 7 as we are early into the fourth quarter. Lawrence North trying to end a 15-game losing streak to the Bears.
That's a big one. We'll see if they can make it happen. In the meantime, let's stick with this matchup here between Avon and Brownsburg.
Touchdowns to his credit. And with 11:06 to go, the third quarter just getting underway, he has moved his ball club out of a precarious situation. Little outlet pass on the far side, gets across the 30, the 32, then knocked down and knocked backwards.
Well, I think one thing that you and I, and I'm sure both these coaches, either talked about or hope happened, that we cut down on the yellow flags this half, because, man, it wasn't raining H2O, but there was yellow flags everywhere in that first half.
And it stymied both ball clubs.
Yeah, it kind of interrupted a really, really good first half.
Yeah, you're right. That's the reason it seemed so weird. You couldn't get any rhythm at all going because there were too many hankies out there. Gain of 3, second down and 7. And they'll try the left side again and get it to the 35-yard line. They gave a couple of yards. It'll be third down and 5. Unofficially, Jen, I only had Avon with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 first downs in the first half. And they've got one here trying to pick up their second one on a third down. Actually, where they spotted it makes it about a third down and 6. Here they come.
You got to blow it dead. You got to blow it dead. I think you got to blow this dead right here. He lost his helmet, and that's a safety issue.
Well, I think they were trying to. Preston Jarvis led the attack that time for Brownsburg.
Yeah, that can get ugly quickly. He had his helmet ripped off of him, and we were still live play.
So it'll be a fourth down.
I know you got to let the play continue to a point, but wow, that could have got ugly. Thankfully, it didn't.
Marcus and Terrell are generally the guys who return on punts. It's normally Terrell who averages just under 4 yards per return. It's taken at the 40 and across midfield down to the 47-yard line.
I'll tell you, Terrell is fearless. He absolutely plays that way like you just seen right there every time. He hurled a player, and that's risky. I don't think he cares what risk is. He has no fear.
He gets about 12 yards on that punt return. I mentioned he's averaging just under 4 per punt return, and here's a penalty.
All right, nice return there, even nicer tackle, but we're going to take a moment from that highlight to bring you some more from around the area captured by our IndyStar Friday Night Live team. What do you got, man?
Let's go back to the highlights, starting with Hamilton Southeastern. Jake Hudson trying to get some momentum back for the Royals, but nonetheless, they are still being shut out right now, 28-0 against Carmel. Season ticking away by the minute. Next up, let's go to East Hancock and Heritage Christian. You're going to see Eastern Hancock coming up with a big stop defensively right here. Heritage Christian throwing it downfield in double coverage. Cole Rainbolt doing a good job bringing that ball down, trying to pick up some extra yards on that one.
It looks like he stared down the quarterback the entire time. He had his eyes locked on him and made it happen. Very nice.
Excellent play right there. Next up, let's go back to Whiteland and New Palestine. Maxon Hook with the interception. eyeing the quarterback the entire time, trying to take it the distance too, but coming up just short.
Beautiful, beautiful pick.
Excellent play right there. Let's go back to Hamilton Southeastern and Carmel. Got a handoff right here to John Rogers, bouncing off one tackle, two tackles, still on his feet, down the sideline, one man to beat, and breaks it into the end zone, and that is how Carmel is up 28-0 in that one. Next up, back to Eastern Hancock and Heritage Christian. Heritage Christian answering right back with a nice catch by Max Milton on that from a pass from Max Milton to Peyton Brown on that one. Last up, I just mentioned Lawrence North and Lawrence Central. This is how Lawrence North tied it up with a short run by Bashir Jones, plowing it up the middle, and the Wildcats are knotted up at 7 apiece.
Awesome. So awesome action all night long here as we bring you more sectional action here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. But let's take a quick moment for a break with a word from our sponsors, Bath Experts. All right, big thank you to Bath Experts for the support all season long, and it keeps on rolling here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. Let's jump back in to some more action here as things roll on. This matchup, this statewide action, Fort Wayne, Carroll, and Snyder, as you can see, has become a real close game. It had been for the longest. Carroll had been enjoying a 28-10 lead, and Snyder bit right into that lead and said, we are still here to play some football. We are not going home just yet.
Justin, don't count your chickens before they hatch. You were riding off Snyder just before the break here.
I admit it. I said, this thing's done. They're not ready, but they shut me up real quick. They're going to see if they can keep rolling. Let's take it away with the call and see how this one shakes out.
Big play for the Carroll Chargers as Becker avoids the sack, finds the receiver for a first down. That's Englert again.
That pass is complete to Englert, number 7 from Becker. For
26 yards on that completion. Englert just having a huge night for the Carroll Chargers. 16 first downs now for Carroll. And they'll get another one. 11 more yards as Becker keeps the ball and gets out of bounds at the Snyder 39-yard line. 11 yards for Becker on that play. 17 first downs for Carroll compared to 14 for Snyder. First down for the Chargers, trying to reestablish things here as Snyder has controlled things since the start of the second half. Play action, Becker on first down, rolling and throwing. He's got a man and out of bounds on the far side of the 34-yard line. Bransfield. Bransfield this year with 28 catches for 284 yards. And a touchdown entering this game. 5 yards.
All right, we're going to jump back into this one. Guerin Catholic and West Lafayette. As you can see, it is still a tight game in this one. Guerin down 16-24, but looking to possibly tie this thing up. Say they were able to get a touchdown, 2-point conversion scenario out of this. We're going to do some rapid switching as well between this matchup and another that we have creeping into the red zone as well. This Heritage Christian Eastern Hancock is well into the red zone. So we'll keep an eye on both these games until we get your scores in both of them. So don't go anywhere here in IndyStar Friday Night Live. Keep using that hashtag IndyStarFNL and share all your thoughts, good, bad, and ugly. We can take it. So back over to this one. Guerin Catholic still with the ball. Second down. Really close. Lots of opportunity. A lot of ways you can go here. But definitely going to need to be thinking ahead of time to how they're going to score the 2-point conversion if they do get in for 6 here. All right, back over here to Christian Eastern Hancock. Like I said, there's rapid switching that is happening and will happen without warning. Our team behind the boards, they're going to switch to these games as action is happening so you don't miss a thing. And just like that, you didn't miss the touchdown, and that's a big one.
Up by 2 scores now, and look how much time is left. You're approaching the 6-minute mark.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what you do there if you're Eastern Hancock. So let's see what happens here with Guerin Catholic. They got the first down, more opportunities to score, scrambling, not giving up on the play. Oof. And yeah, he was going head first into 3 defenders. I like the attempt, but it's going to be tough. So
he ran about 20 yards just to gain maybe an inch or 2.
Hey, man, progress is progress. Doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there. So, again, this matchup has been one that I've been very interested in. Like I mentioned earlier, West Lafayette, I've loved watching their offense. I love watching them do their thing, but we've been sticking with Guerin Catholic also all season long. And the weapons they have on offense, they've also been really entertaining. So seeing these 2 teams lock up has been a treat here on Friday Night Live. Let's jump back over to see if Heritage Christian can tack on one more with the extra point here. And that is good, not a given, because we've seen some missed extra points. And now we've got another score update here we're going to jump to in this Carroll-Snyder matchup. As I mentioned, Carroll had enjoyed a big lead all game long before Snyder bit into it. But it looks like Carroll is looking to change things a little bit here. So we're going to take a look and see how things shook out here. And this is some more statewide action that we're able to bring to you, courtesy of our friends at Summit City Sports. Thank you to them for helping us bring you this statewide sectionals postseason action here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. All right, as you can see, quarterback drops back. Big pass, 2 defenders, but it doesn't matter. Big touchdown, Carroll. That's going to extend their lead at a crucial time. Again, in the 3rd quarter here, they are really, really going back and trying to reclaim the big lead and the cushion they had, that breathing room they enjoyed for all game long, trying to get it back. All right, so back over to West Lafayette, Guerin Catholic. This one's still tight, still in progress. Let's take it away with the call.
The 5'8", 140-pound sophomore quarterback is going to be under center here. And they have 10 seconds to get this play off, so plenty of time. Miller looks over that defense, 2 receivers bottom of your screen, I formation. It's going to be a handoff to Bumgarner. Bumgarner loses his footing, but he's going to continue to drive some players, get to about the 3-yard line. And let's see if Gelov is coming back into the game. Miller runs to the sideline. Both quarterbacks talking to head coach Tom Dilley. And it is Gelov running back out there, so seems to be okay after the 1-play absence. And on a 3rd and 3, Jonathan, are you looking for another run play with Gus, or are you doing a fade route? What are you looking for here?
They've been stuffing out those runs pretty well. You have McGinnis. There's a lot of room towards his right. If they do want to do a fade, it could be there.
He's going to roll to his right, looks to pass to McGinnis. McGinnis catches it. It is a touchdown.
Pass is
touchdown, Guerin Catholic. They're down 2, 24 to 22. 8 minutes to go here in the 4th. They have to go for 2 here to tie this football game. But with 8 minutes left, we'll see if they go for the extra point or if they want to go for 2 now.
I think you can go for it now. How about that? The play is just perfectly executed. Let's check it out one more time. So McGinnis has acres of space. He's got the whole Hamilton County over that far side, and then setting up on the inside was the defender Boyle, and Boyle's very good, but you give McGinnis that much space, that's a pretty easy throw. But this is the huge play. Can Guerin tie this up? And then you look at how much time's left. This is playing right into Guerin Catholic's favor if they can get a stop from West Lafayette.
They're going to need the 2 points first before they can think about the defensive stop as a late player running onto the field. That's Elijah Edwards,
the interceptor.
And they're going to bring out Nick Demas. And now before that can happen, a lot of confusion here. Coach Dilley's going to call a timeout.
Timeout, Guerin Catholic.
So they're going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick one here. We'll be back with a 2-point conversion. You're watching IHSA football on Indian SRN, presented by the Colts.
All right, timeout there. We're going to be back to that game in a minute, but let's jump back over to Noblesville Homestead in the meantime, see how this one shakes out. Noblesville still enjoying that 13-7 lead. They got out early and made some things happen, and they are still holding on to this lead, but the celebration by the Homestead defense lets them know they're not quite out of this one yet, looking to get possession back and hopefully get a lead of their own.
And Justin, I'm still trying to make sense out of how Noblesville is still ahead at this juncture of the game. I mean, really, there could be plenty of factors going in. I think one of them too is the travel factor too. You got Homestead driving down all the way from Fort Wayne. That's about 2.5, 3 hour drive all the way from Allen County. So
bus lag.
That bus lag. It's a factor. I mean, you get out of your rhythm here. You're playing in an environment you've never played in before. I mean, you got to take into account these two teams have never met in each other's program's history. So this is very new territory for both sides.
That's a good point. When you're going in fresh, no really history to go off of. Everyone kind of has to bring whatever game they've got, put it on the field, and see how you match up with your opponents. And Noblesville matching up very well with Homestead so far. Like you said, I'm just as surprised as you are, man. All right, and back over to Avon Brownsburg. This one, still a huge matchup. 1 point separates these two teams, 21-20. That 1 point is only because of a big block kick that Avon was able to make happen against Brownsburg. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And back to this crucial 4th down in this West Lafayette-Guerin Catholic matchup. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh, this is a 2-point conversion. Excuse me. They already scored their touchdown. They're out of that 4th down scenario. So this 2-point conversion is kind of a make-or-break moment for Guerin Catholic. They're going to go with the pass. That's how they got their touchdown, and it's how they'll get their 2 points.
I like that play call, too. Very interesting. You had 3 receivers set over to the right side, so you had the defense flooding over to that side with the coverage. But on that play, Guerin just threw it to the weak side with that solo receiver, and in that one, he was able to make it pay off on that instance.
Absolutely, and smart. They've had not a lot of success with the run game. Kept it in the air, got the 2 points they needed. Now we've got a tie matchup. So Avon Brownsburg, again, like I mentioned, that 1 point that separates is only because of a block kick. So we'll see if they can take care of business or if this 1 point is going to be what separates this big matchup and keeps Avon in the driver's seat. Let's take it away with the call.
9 in Class 6A, an average margin of 12.1. They don't rank in defensive stats, but they have proven themselves worthy tonight. Here's the pass out of the 48 across midfield into
All right, jumping back over to Noblesville and Homestead. Got some technical difficulties we're going to work out there, so we'll stick with this matchup. Still a close one. Let's take it away with the call.
Who was a starter on the basketball team his freshman and sophomore year, did not play last year, but could be suiting up for Homestead again this year. 1st and 10 from the 45. Goody looking to his right, has Jared Kistler. And Kistler is going to be stopped at about the 46. A nice gain of 9 yards on the play, and that is going to do it for the 3rd quarter. So no scoring going on in the 3rd. Noblesville is going to take a 6-point advantage into the 4th. You're watching Indiana High School football here on SummitCitySports.com.
All right, jump back over here. Some more action here. Got some timeouts, got some commercials. Going to get it all straightened out here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. So thanks to everyone for joining us. Also want to take this moment to thank the sponsors, Bath Experts, all the networks who have partnered with us, including the MIC Network. Got Josh Ayen of the MIC Network joining me tonight as our special guest, bringing you the insight, the play-by-play expertise, and just a whole lot of fun. And taking a break in the moment for the action for the moment to say, what do you think so far Friday Night Live? Are you enjoying crashing our little party here?
Oh, this is a fantastic atmosphere here, Justin. I mean, just seeing all the wraparound coverage all throughout the state, just getting all-encompassing right now. I mean, just seeing the snapshot of the teams right now and, how everybody is stacking up, it's an absolute thrill right now.
Absolutely, and got a lot of games still in progress, more action to come. But don't forget, IndyStar.com will be your source for all of the action, even beyond the games we're able to bring you live. We will have full coverage, scores, breakdowns, analysis from our entire team and all of our insiders. So IndyStar.com, you'll be able to watch all the games also that are still in progress when we wrap up here, because we got things to do. It's about to be the weekend, but don't worry, we've got you covered. Our team is going to be here all night long, making sure we get all the action for tonight and get you set up for the next week of sectional action that we'll be bringing you next week on IndyStar Friday Night Live. So thanks for sticking with us. Thanks to the sponsors, networks, and most importantly, the viewers. So let's take a quick 60-second word from our sponsors, Bath Experts, and we will be back with more action here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. All right, big thank you to the Bath Experts, our sponsors, for the support all season long. We're going to jump right back into some action. Big things happening just in the time it takes us to take a quick commercial break. We've got more scores, so let's jump right in and show you what happened in one of the mini games we've been watching. Remember that two-point conversion, all that wonderful stuff to tie things up in this Guerin Catholic West Lafayette matchup? Well, one kickoff later, West Lafayette said, I'm going to go in your pockets and take that lead back, son. Don't worry about it. I'll hold on to that for you. Huge return on the kickoff. And after everything Guerin Catholic went through to get that touchdown, that two-point conversion to tie it off, it's got to be a heartbreaker to have it all go away in one kick. So back to Noblesville Homestead. This one's still close, 13-7 in favor of Noblesville. Let's take it away with the call.
Entering today, though, giving up 31 points per game. Noblesville on the season was outscored 30-9, a differential of 21 points. It just goes to show you this Noblesville team plays a tough schedule with Carmel, Westfield, Hamilton Southeastern on their schedule. Goody hit in the backfield. That was great pressure by, is that number 52? Joshua Rogers, a defensive lineman, 5'9", 270, only a sophomore. 3rd and 10 from the 29.
All right, just want to stop in and give you some quick score updates in some of the games we've been covering. In the Pike-Zionsville matchup, that is now 29-0 in favor of Zionsville. And Snyder not going away. Carroll, after their last score, Snyder fires right back. Right now, that one is 35-31. Carroll with the slim lead over Snyder. But still, anything can happen. We'll be back with more action from that game soon here on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
Was Goody over the line of scrimmage is what the fans are wondering. The ball was placed at the 29. We'll take another look on the Traction AP replay. Luke Goody started looking on the left of the screen, had Archibald and Little. Then Little helps him out, crossing, and you know what? I believe these fans might have something there. The pitch goes to Burton as he is stuffed, a loss of 1 yard on the play. Yeah, it looked like Goody probably threw that ball from the 28-yard line. The Noblesville fans very attentive there on that play. So 2nd and 13 after the 3-yard loss. Ball at the 17, 9:24 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Goody looking over to the sideline for the call. He's going to check with his O-lineman. Goody looking on the bottom of the screen as Archibald, and once again broken up by the defender. I think that's once again number 26, Camden Nagel. The cornerback, that was a fantastic play. I'm a little surprised that Noblesville doesn't have a gold stripe down their pants instead of the white stripe. 3rd and 13, 9:04 remaining. Goody on the screen has Burton, and he is stopped. Big time play by number 9.
I want to take a break in the action to show you a big play in this Carroll Snyder matchup that has stayed close, but one drop back and one pass later, Carroll once again, who's done some impressive stuff offensively, they did it again. Huge pass, huge catch, and a big touchdown. So Snyder still out of reach after battling back, but this team has proven that they're not going to go away or give up. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're checking in with another score update from Snyder maybe real soon. So back over to Noblesville and Homestead. This one has been 13-7 for a very long time, but Homestead driving once again, looking to tie things up, get it close, change the tide here, and they're going to try and settle maybe for a kick. That play's busted. Big pass in the corner, and he brings it. Referee is saying no.
They're saying out of bounds. My goodness.
I don't know about that one, man.
That's close. That is really close.
I don't know about that one. I would love to see another angle of that because that was some impressive heads-up play from Homestead to get that pass off and for the receiver to bring that in. Let's take another look, see what happened. Had some
That was
trouble
on the
there.
fake kick, too.
On the fake, he goes up, and ref saying nothing.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Because that was an absolute dime right there by the holder.
That touchdown or not, that is a highlight, one of the best plays I've seen tonight. All right. Let's find some more action here. This one in this Guerin Catholic West Lafayette matchup. Guerin dropping back, big pass. Defender falls down, big touchdown,
goodness.
Guerin Catholic.
What a way to answer back, too, for Guerin. I mean, after giving up that kickoff return right there by West Lafayette, you had the momentum, you lost it momentarily, and then Guerin says, no, we will not be denied. We will find a way to get ourselves back in this game.
And I love that. And it hasn't been easy. Let's see, kicks are crucial tonight. That's going to be all good. So it's going to be tied up 31-all. West Lafayette, Guerin Catholic, brought to us by our friends at Indiana SRN. Great action. Let's get you some more. Noblesville Homestead, the only game that we haven't been able to bring you a score on, it feels like. Still 7-13 Noblesville lead. Let's take it away with the call and get you some more action.
Zavek once again out of the shotgun. Sanders in motion and hit in the backfield. Making that play was number 11, Nick Martin. Handoff once again going to Elijah Butler. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. Ball placed at about the 27-yard line, 27 and a half. It's like Carroll's up on top of Snyder now, 42-31. They're in the third quarter. We're already in the fourth, and we start a half hour later. Zavek out of the shotgun. Butler offset to his right. Fakes the handoff on the jet sweep. And that ball is going to be picked off. Overthrown, intended for Sanders. And the interception by number 30, Cole Etchison. And the Spartans are in scoring position after that big INT by Etchison. That was a huge.
All right, big pick, by the way, for Homestead here. They are right back in opportunity to tie or take a lead. Want to give you another score update in Avon versus Brownsburg. Avon kicking in a field goal. They are now up 24-20 over Brownsburg. That one has been close all night. I do want to remind people that Brownsburg had a strong lead earlier, was doing their thing. The blocked kick on, blocked extra point, on Avon has come back, taking the lead, and now extending it. So we'll be back with more action from that one soon. We're going to make sure you don't miss a thing. Homestead now with a handoff after the big pick.
Just down to the one.
Man,
oh, my goodness.
Talk about a momentum swing.
Hanging on by a thread, too.
And you have to feel for Noblesville, too. Like I said, we were both surprised to have to see them come out and make this hot start, snatch that lead, a commanding lead early. But that pick could be the thing that might sink it for them if they're able to get in for a touchdown and an extra point. That big lead that they held on to for pretty much the entire game won't mean a thing because of one bad interception. So that is tough to see. Let's take it away with the call and stick with this one.
See if they can capitalize here from the 2. Goody handoff, Burton. Right up the gut. Goody signals the touchdown. And we are tied up at 13. Spartans score. 2-yard run, Ryan Burton. So it'll be Gunnar Fry to attempt the PAT to give Homestead the 14-13 lead. Jake Archibald, your holder. This time the snap is perfect. And false start going to be called against Homestead. So that's going to back him up 5 yards. That'll be a PAT attempt of 25 yards for Gunnar Fry. Noblesville heavy right up the middle. They're going to put on the pressure, but Fry, it's up and it's in. as Sparty takes the 14-13 lead. Wow, what a difference a turnover can make, and that certainly was the case when Homestead fumbled the ball 3 times in the first half. Here, Cole Etchison comes up with a huge interception, Josie, and it leads to the go-ahead touchdown. We'll take another look at the interception. Zavek just overthrew Carson Sanders at 6'3", 202, and Etchison was there. Returns it all the way down to the 12.
All right, going to take a break in the action to bring a big score update, and I'm going to let Josh Ayan take this one away. And what happened, man?
All right, well, Justin, you and I were just tuning into the MIC Network to see Lawrence North taking on Lawrence Central. Lawrence North, thanks to Donovan McCulley, got a last-second touchdown at the very end. Defense was able to close it out. And to the Lawrence North fans, I mentioned earlier this week on the MIC Network show, our little postseason preview show, that until Lawrence North could prove otherwise, that I was going to keep picking Lawrence Central over Lawrence North. Well, Justin, it's happened. It's finally happened, and I issue the most sincere apology to Lawrence North. You guys have done it. Outstanding job, you guys. 15-game drought is over. You guys have finally beaten Lawrence Central. Outstanding job. Well done, folks.
Beautiful. So bringing you big games and apologies here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. Takes a big man to do that. I'm very proud to be sitting next to you. Let's go back to another big game still in progress. Tied up 31-all with just 3 minutes left. West Lafayette, Guerin Catholic, all knotted up at 31. Let's take it away with the call. Stick with this one on Indiana SRN and see what happens next.
Blankman once again up the middle, gets the first down, lowers his shoulder. It's going to take 6 Golden Eagles to finally bring him down, but it's going to be inside the 10-yard line, make it the 9.
Stop made by Road with some help from a plethora of Eagles.
Now it's going to be a 1st and goal here for West Lafayette. 2:50 to go here in the fourth quarter.
First and goal for the
alongside
Red
Jonathan
Devils,
Mathis, I'm Charles Benberry. West Lafayette looking to take the lead on this game as Adam Sproles to his right. He's directing. He is going to be sacked by this Guerin Catholic defense. First sack of the game for Guerin Catholic. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Got to get that stop here and at least hold him to that field goal, because it's going to be so hard to be able to go get another touchdown. Getting into field goal range is going to be tough enough, but it's long.
All right, just want to jump and give you a quick score update. Lafayette Jeff has tied it up against Maryville 14-all. Also want to give our viewers a quick heads up on how things are going to shake out here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. We're going to keep an eye on this tied up matchup between West Lafayette and Guerin Catholic. We're going to make sure you see how this one shakes out. We're also going to keep an eye on that Homestead-Noblesville game that has gotten really interesting after that last Homestead score after the pick. So again, those 2 games, we will bring you the thrilling conclusions here on IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts.
At the 7, it'll be 3rd and goal.
This is what I was going to recommend they do. Get that stop and then try to preserve as much time as possible, because you can't allow that touchdown. It's just going to be so tough. You have so little time. You get a stop here, then they're going to have to kick, and you're going to get the ball back with around
taken by the
110, 120 left. Trying to calculate off the top of my head. You're just not going to have much time. And so what West Lafayette did, make or miss, they're going to get.
Also want to break into the action real quick to give you another score update. Avon Brownsburg, that matchup now 27 Brownsburg, 24 Avon. So that blocked extra point might not be something that Brownsburg has to worry about if they can hold on to the lead they have right now. Bring you more score updates as they happen as we stay on the air here on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
So well for Guerin all game long. They then rush it a little bit, and while they got a touchdown, tied the game, which is good. You're in a situation now where you're trying to stop the Red Devils, hold them to a field goal, so you have an opportunity to win it in about a minute.
Nick Simzak hobbles off the field. That's why there was a timeout, with injury timeout for Guerin. So they have 0 timeouts left. West Lafayette is on their 7, a minute 52 to go. If they do score here, Guerin's going to have to try to win this game with no timeouts.
They're going to have to tie it. They have to hold them to a field goal.
Let's see if they can do that. Crowd is on their feet. 3rd and 7. Empty backfield for Adams. 2 receivers top of your screen. 3 to the bottom. Adams is going to look to his right. Throw right on a slant. It's incomplete to Adams. Incomplete to Adams, a fourth and.
All right, going to do some rapid switching because Noblesville is once again pretty much in the red zone here, looking to reclaim the lead they've enjoyed all game long and see if they can take this one home against Homestead. So we're going to jump between this one and that West Lafayette-Guerin Catholic matchup. Like I told you earlier, we're going to stick with these two games, give you the resolutions on both. So we'll see who can make it happen in both of these matchups. Right now, West Lafayette-Guerin Catholic. This is a crucial fourth down, all tied up, less than 2 minutes left. This is a big kick for West
special
Lafayette.
Teams woes continue.
Let's see what happens. And it is up, and it is good. That is important for West Lafayette. Doing it with the special teams play there, so they're going to go up 34-31 in that one. So let's stick with Noblesville Homestead, see if Noblesville can make the most out of their red zone opportunity. Let's take it away with the call.
Nope, Zavek's going to keep it himself. And another tackle for a loss. This time it's number 59 for the Spartans, Bryce Raber. It's going to bring up 3rd and 16 after the loss of 1 yard. Zavek, this time on the play action pass. Rolls out to his right. He's going to keep it himself. He found some green. A nice spin move off the tackle. Takes it all the way inside the 10-yard line. Whoa! What a play. Alex Zavek. This has been his drive. Inside 3 minutes to play, it's going to be 1st and goal from the 9-yard line for the Millers. The clock at 2:44 now and counting. Once again, 2 receivers up top, 2 at the bottom. Jaden Barrett in the right slot. Hand off to Butler. And he'll follow his blockers all the way to the 5-yard line. So 2:28 remaining. Timeout going to be called by Homestead. We're going to take one with them. You're watching Indiana High School football here.
All right, timeout in this one, so let's go to another tight matchup. This one all tied up between Lafayette, Jeff, and Maryville. Still 14 all in the third, about 8:40 here on the clock in the third quarter. And let's see, looks like Maryville with possession, looking to reclaim a lead they had earlier in this one.
Fakes it to Schultz. Rodriguez going to get the edge. That was going to be a dangerous play that time if Rodriguez could have cut it back outside. But great pursuit that time by J.J. Lee. But a good run on first down, about 8 yards for Peter Rodriguez.
Great job of Rodriguez to read that play and keep the ball. Able to pick up, as you said, 8 yards. As you watch on the replay.
All right, going to jump back into Noblesville Homestead. Noblesville creeping closer and closer to a crucial score. Again, after the big quarterback run gets them in this position here. So let's take it away with the call, see if they can get some more points on the board.
2 receivers up top, 2 in the bottom of your screen. Handoff, and right up the gut. That is a touchdown for Elijah Butler. 5-yard score puts Noblesville up 19-14 with 2:17 remaining. Well, Noblesville just lined up and marched right down the field against this Homestead defense. And I believe they're going to keep their offense on the field to go for 2 to try to make this a 7-point game. This time out of the Wildcat formation, that's Barrett. And he is in, I believe, for 2 points.
Big score and 2-point conversion makes that a touchdown game. Shouts out to Noblesville for making it happen. Back into West Lafayette, Guerin Catholic. Guerin actually just converted a big 3rd and 11 situation to extend their drive. Only down 3, 47 seconds left. I'm just going to be quiet and let the call take it away because it is high drama, high pressure. Let's go, more action.
15 yards or so, or not 15, excuse me, about 20, 25 yards to make it a reasonable field goal. Shotgun formation, steps up in the pocket, looks to throw deep, across the middle, it is complete, and is going to be very close to the first down marker. That's Dominic Ferrucci, 9 yards on that play. It's going to be a 2nd down and 1.
Brings up 2nd down.
Gelov in the shotgun formation.
I'd have been cool to spike there, but this is what they should have done last time.
2nd and 1, looks to throw again, middle of the field, complete, high for McGinnis, is incomplete. I thought I saw a flag being thrown far side of the field, near the 40.
You did, and that is on the far side, and I think it's going to be against Guerin.
Let's see what the refs are going to be calling. I believe it's going to be too many men on the field for Guerin.
Or an eligible defender down. Or
Penalty
an
marker
eligible
on the
offensive
play.
player downfield.
Preliminary signal is against Guerin.
And there they are. They're just checking with the captain. Here's the ruling.
Ineligible tight end. Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense. The tight end was covered up and went downfield anyway. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
That Mike, that picks, that's got some high peaks, doesn't it?
So it's going to be moved back 5 yards at that. So it's going to be still in West Lafayette territory at about the 44-yard line. Clock is stopped, though, as it looks like West Lafayette is going to be playing off coverage. And Gelov takes the snap, fakes the handoff, pressure once again, throws it, and it is just out of the reach of his favorite target, Bernie McGinnis. So 20 seconds left on the clock. You're facing a 3rd and 6. Again, at this point, you're looking to just try to get in the field goal range. You're going to need at least one big play to make that happen.
Well, you need a ton. I mean, 35. I think for high school, you got to get inside the 20. Even that would be long. You want to get it to 15. You want to get as close as possible. That last play, there was a wide open on the far side, but they ran the play to the near side, so it isolated that opportunity. But we'll see what they do here on 3rd and 6.
Gelov in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap again. Once again, pressure. Rolls to his left. He fakes the defender out. Now back to his right. He escapes a couple blocks. Looks to throw down the field. Has the receiver open. That's McGinnis. McGinnis has the 1st down and more inside the 30. A flag is thrown, though, back at the 35-yard line. Check that. McGreal on the catch.
There is a penalty marker
that's against
in
Guerin.
the backfield.
And I believe probably a block. It is a holding, I believe the ref said. So,
Charlie Sawyer was very angry, agitated, and that's the danger when a quarterback's scrambling like that. Linemen are just trying to hold up, not illegally, but trying to hold up. And,
back on the offense, 10-yard penalty to respond to foul. Repeat, 3rd down.
And so there you have it. Now there's 9 seconds left. So that's a gigantic problem with that is you just killed all that time on that roll around instead of just step up, live for another down maybe. But this is you got to go for broke, or at least working along the sideline.
Long.
So a 3rd down and 28 for Guerin. They're going to need a miracle here. Gelov steps up in the pocket, looks to throw across the middle of the field. It is incomplete to McGinnis.
That is the best thing that could have happened in that juncture. You work it short towards the sideline. Gelov worked it short in play. And so Guerin's only going to have an opportunity because it was incomplete.
So Guerin's season is on this play here. A 4th and 28. 4 seconds left to go. They're going to need a Hail Mary.
Yeah, they'll need a Hail Mary, a full of grace, a little bit of everything.
Yep. So if you have any special play, if you're Coach Tom Daly, now's the time to get that play out. They've got 10 seconds to get this play off. Guerin does not seem to be in a hurry to get it off. They finally get to the line of scrimmage. 3 seconds left. Gelov recognizes it, and he gets the play off just in time. Pressure's coming. Steps up in the pocket, and he throws it, and it is going to be incomplete. And West Lafayette comes to Guerin and wins this game, 34.
All right, so a big stop there. So let's jump back into this matchup. Noblesville, Homestead. Homestead with the ball, marching again. In position to possibly tie things up. 1st down. big opportunity here and not much time left. So I'm going to let the call take it away and bring you this action as this game comes to an end.
2 wide receivers up top, 2 on the bottom. It's Griffin Little on the bottom of your screen with Jake Archibald. And the ball never got snapped. False start here by Spartans. All the receivers were all the way down the field. The center for Homestead, Robert McCrory. Not sure if he had a hard time here in the snap, but that's going to back up Homestead 5 yards. It's 1st and 15. Clock is still ticking here. Now 1 minute left to play. Goody looking downfield. Steps up, heaves the ball for Kistler, and that's a pass interference. Flag going to be thrown. A huge play in this game. 48 seconds remaining. And that was pass interference all the way right there. We'll take another look at it on the Traction AP replay, but Homestead certainly not marching down the field.
Did they throw 2 flags, or was it just 1?
I just saw the 1.
That's what I thought too, but
Let's see what the ref says.
well, now they're going back down.
There we go.
Okay. Wow. That's huge for Homestead.
That's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 30.
I just want to give you a quick score update here. We got a final in this Fishers-Westfield matchup. Westfield ended up taking that one 42-14. Also an update, Lafayette Jeff and Maryville. Maryville is enjoying a 20-14 lead in that one. And that Carroll Snyder matchup out of Fort Wayne that has been back and forth all night is still sitting with Carroll in the advantage, 42-31. Let's get you more action here at Noblesville Homestead.
Wow. Josie, that looked like game right there.
I thought it was. Wow, that was close.
Goody flushed out of the pocket, right through the hands. 41.6 seconds remaining. It's 2nd and 10. And we got a timeout going to be called by Noblesville. We'll be right back for the conclusion of this great matchup here on SummitCitySports.com.
All right, timeout in this one, so let's get back over to Maryville and Lafayette Jeff. Like I mentioned earlier, Maryville now up 20-14 in this one after being tied at 14 all for quite a while. And Maryville's got the ball again on a 4th down. Looks like they're going for it, and absolutely nothing there in the pool for them as they do a cannonball into the bottom of the rink. So we're going to have a turnover on downs on this one. We're going to stick with this matchup, and don't worry, we will jump right back into that other game as it is concluding as soon as they come out of the timeout. Stick with us here on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
And really backfires on them there. Turnover on downs. Great job of this Bronco defense come up with a stop. Unable to do so last time. They come up with the stop this time. And try to retake this lead for the first time in the ball game. Only a 6-point game.
4 minutes to play in the quarter. A lot more action in this one. They flip it here to Johnson.
All right, jumping right back into Noblesville Homestead. Don't want to miss anything in this one as less than a minute left to play. And things are still shaking out as Homestead is on the march. Let's take it away with the call.
Little and Archibald at the bottom of your screen. Kistler up top. Goody on the screen. Right through the hands of Kistler. That's his 2nd drop on this drive. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 from the 34. This game nearly ended on this play right here when Goody got flushed out of the pocket off his back foot right through the hands of Lucas Williams, the outside backer for Noblesville, number 88. Now on 3rd and 10, 37.3 seconds remaining here in the 4th. Goody steps up in the pocket, finds Kistler on the out pattern. That's good for a 1st down. Kistler came up large on that catch. Here on the Traction AP replay, Goody doing a great job here, stepping up into the pocket, has the space. Kistler right on the sideline, makes the grab. 1st and 10 from the 21. 31.4 seconds remaining. Goody, lots of time to throw. And he's going to throw that one away with 23.2 seconds remaining. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Spartans. Goody to Kistler has been the recipe here on this drive. Goody with Burton. Burton's going to step up to block, and now Goody takes off. He saw some green. He's going to dive down to about the 13. Should be a gain of 7. And 16 seconds left on the clock as Homestead wisely calls a timeout. Homestead 1 timeout remaining. Noblesville with 2. So just 16 seconds on.
All right, back over to Maryville Lafayette, Jeff, as they take a timeout in that Homestead Noblesville game. But don't worry, we'll be right back as soon as they get out of the timeout and bring you more of that action. Also want to give folks an update on the score here in Avon and Brownsburg. It is still 27-24 in favor of Brownsburg. And I think just around 2 minutes left to play in that one. So we're going to keep an eye on that one as best as we can and give you score updates as the action progresses here on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
Quickly back to the line. First down here with just over a minute in the quarter. Hogan up the middle. Finally, Maryville able to kind of stand tall here and win a battle at the line.
All right, timeout over. Action back. Noblesville Homestead. Homestead with an important play here. Makes the reception, gets out of bounds. Again, just seconds left in this one. This one is taken away quickly, and Homestead has a score or go home possession here. So it's do or die, young men. Make it happen. Let's take it away with the call.
Scavo is a senior, entering today 243 yards receiving, averaging 15.2 yards per catch. 1st and goal from the 9, 11.7 seconds remaining for Homestead. Goody this time rolling to his left, walled off, lofts it up into the end zone. And that is broken up by number 4 for the Millers, Blaine McNabb. And Homestead, I believe, is going to take their final timeout.
All right, another timeout. So another switch over to Lafayette Jeff Maryville. This one in the red zone. Lafayette Jeff looking to tie this one up as well as they are down 14-20 to Maryville. Still a lot of time left in this one. So Lafayette Jeff would like to get in, but it's not a make or break situation. Don't worry, we'll be right back to that Homestead Noblesville matchup in a moment. And the running back making the most that he can out of his possession here for Lafayette Jeff.
He might be cashed himself as he scrapes himself off the turf. He's at the 6-yard line, and it'll be Lafayette Jefferson goal to go when we come back for the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. It's just getting good. Maryville leading after 3, 20-14.
Port Authority is proud to sponsor high school sports in the region. As the summer is...
All right, back over to Noblesville Homestead as the timeout ends. Want to give you an update on that Avon Brownsburg game. The score is still 27-24. Brownsburg went for a field goal to extend their lead, did not make it. Avon gets the ball back, about 1:40 left on the clock, down by 3, and an opportunity to snatch this game back from Brownsburg. We'll give you the updates as they happen here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. Back to the call as Homestead takes another shot at the end zone.
On the 8-yard line for Homestead. Goody looking, has a man. Touchdown, Spartans! Griffin Little makes the grab from 8 yards out. Wow! Homestead is just one PAT away from tying this game up at 21. Did you see that, Josie? That was amazing.
That was.
Holy cow.
He was wide open. Looked like it.
Check it out on the Traction AP replay. Griffin Little, you see him on the bottom of your screen, cuts it back outside, and he sure was. Here comes the ever important point after attempt, and Noblesville and Coach Justin Roden going to take a timeout. They're looking to ice Gunner Fry here. Noblesville now with one timeout, and there's 0 time left on the clock. Can you imagine? What a game we have here. Homestead entering 9-0.
All right, jumping back over. Another first and goal opportunity here in this one. Lafayette Jeff Maryville. Lafayette Jeff in the red zone. End around. Is he going to get into the end zone? Not quite. Not quite. But we're going to keep an eye on this one. Of course, we will not miss a single thing in Homestead Noblesville. We'll bring you score updates as we can on Avon Brownsburg. Unfortunately, technical difficulties are keeping us from being able to bring you live look-ins on Avon Brownsburg. But I can still get you scores and make sure you stay up to date on all that's going down. So Lafayette Jeff fighting for every inch. We'll see if they got in for the score here. Still thinking it over. Not quite. So we will do some rapid switching again, try and keep an eye on this one. But let's go back to this Homestead Noblesville crucial extra point. This is for pretty much everything. Do you get a chance to play some more football, or are you going to have to go home? Let's see what happens. Take it away with the call.
PAT's on the 9th. Archibald puts down the hold. It's up, and it's in. We're heading to overtime after the Gunner Fry PAT.
Wow.
Wow is right.
How does the overtime rules work in high school football?
Each team's going to get a possession. I believe it's 1st and 10 from the 25.
Okay.
So, folks, we'll take a break. You're watching Indiana High School football here on SummitCitySports.com in this thriller in Noblesville, Indiana.
A thrilling, not quite finish in that Homestead Noblesville matchup. That last second touchdown by Homestead, tying things up, and they're going to get some extra football out there. That has been a heck of a matchup. It's been awesome watching that one play out. Also, an update on the Lafayette Jeff matchup that we have been tracking. They are now up in that one after scoring a touchdown, extra point, 21-20. So, man, it's been hard to keep track of everything that's been going down so far at IndyStar Friday Night Live.
This has just been a frenetic Friday, like you said, Justin, and the fact that you have so many upsets and so many potential upsets. I mean, I knew heading into this weekend that there were going to be some really good teams going one and done this weekend, but I did not expect the pace of this many good teams to be exiting this quickly in the tournament.
Absolutely. What has been your standout surprise so far?
I mean, Lawrence North and Lawrence Central is probably up there. I would say Noblesville taking it to overtime right now against Homestead. That outcome is still yet to be decided, but if Noblesville can pull that off, I would say that's probably the biggest one, just considering the season that Noblesville had. Remember, they came into this year, or they came into the postseason 1-8, dead last in the HCC. I mean, the fact that they not only made things competitive against Homestead, who was ranked number 2 in the state in Class 6A, but took them to overtime too.
Yeah.
That is no small task right there.
Big credit to that program, too. They've, like you said, came in 1-8, but they are having a must-see game here in the postseason. So that is really awesome to see. And one of the things we're able to bring you here on IndyStar Friday Night Live, thanks to all the viewers, the networks who have partnered with us to make this possible, and everyone who stuck with us. Again, a lot of updates. Full coverage can be found on IndyStar.com for all the games, not just the ones we're able to bring you here on the show, but games from throughout the area, all the scores statewide. You can go to IndyStar.com to get complete coverage after we finish up and go off the air. And it looks like we've got another bit of breaking news. Lafayette Jeff actually mixed that extra point. Get an update from our IndyStar Friday Night Live team. That game is also knotted up 20-20. So another game that is tied up late with seconds ticking away. So we're going to bring you some more action. Keep an eye on things best we can here on IndyStar.com and IndyStar Friday Night Live. Going to take a quick moment with a word from our sponsors, Bath Experts. All right, big thank you to our sponsors, Bath Experts, for the support all season long. And our time here, unfortunately, is ending here on IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts. But our coverage is not. We still got a lot going on. I want to give you a score update on that big Avon Brownsburg game we've been following. It is over. Brownsburg taking it 27-24. Holy, you know what? That's been a back and forth that I have loved watching unfold all night long, man.
I think that's the cherry on top right there of all the upsets we've seen. I mean, Brownsburg, they had that monkey on their back. Like we said, we got a lot of proverbial monkeys thrown off the back tonight.
Monkeys are hitting the deck all night long, and I love to see it. And don't forget, we still have more coverage, that extra football that's coming up in Homestead, Noblesville. You can get all of the updates and coverage there on IndyStar.com, so don't forget. And this has been our longest episode yet. We'll have more next week for sectional finals, same time, same place, 7 p.m. on anywhere that you can get a good internet connection and you've got a screen. IndyStar.com, IHSAA-TV.com, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Well, not Instagram, excuse me. We're live pretty much everywhere that has live streaming, so make sure you find IndyStar FNL. And I do want to take a moment to thank our special guest, my co-host for this evening, Josh Ayen from the Mick Network. It's been an absolute pleasure.
It's been an absolute pleasure with you, sir.
Show up again and we can get you some more crazy action. Until next time, I'm your host, Justin L. Mack. Have a fantastic weekend.